Another Sunday. So, what I'm going to do is open up the panel and bring on as many people as possible, and we will take it from there. Big shout out to all the other people who have taken the opportunity to come over here and to hang out with me. I know that in some cases, people want to go where it's extremely popular, and people are free to do so. So I'm going to send out some more links and get some people to come on here. This week, like many weeks, has been very, very busy. I got a phone call today from a longtime customer about some business, and I had to let him know that I was no longer in that sort of business anymore. These days, it is a challenge to make money, especially when you are doing things independently. Price is a big issue. So you've got to be able to bring something valuable to the table. A lot of times, what happens is that the margins aren't there in a lot of these businesses. As much as you would like to go on your own and do your own thing, which is a great thing, there are instances in which you really have to look into what you're doing because the expenses oftentimes are way, way, way too high. And because they're so high, it's really hard to essentially make any money. So, those are things that people have to be fully aware of these days. I'll give you an example of high operating costs. There was a particular restaurant bar setup in a plaza which was surrounded by a lot of houses and a lot of other businesses. A really, really big restaurant. And what happened was that they were there for a while and then they decided to leave. It wasn't that the place wasn't popular, and it wasn't that money wasn't being made. The fact is that the cost to operate that business was way too high. With the massive lease, that's where a lot of people are getting destroyed. The very, very, very massive lease, that's what's messing people up. What are you going to sell to make $10,000 plus per month? What are you going to be able to lay out in order to make a profit for those sorts of things? Those are things to really consider. The reality is that a lot of times the money needed to start up is one thing. And then if you have to money for it really becomes an issue. So you do what you can do, but you have to be really careful of the massive overhead. And if you look at a lot of these businesses nowadays, a lot of them really are not able to come up with ways to generate more income. So what they do is they cut back on anything. So in order to make some profit, they will dodge people for, of course, wages. So they won't want to employ people full time. They will take the opportunity to not give people their benefits. Let's not even give them, but put out the benefits that they've earned because they're not given anything. They will also change on all sorts of things like things that the customer should get. They will reuse them. All sorts of cheap tricks that they will resort to. Just give me a second here. Yeah, that's just the way it goes. You check, you check, you check, and you realize that none of the things are there. So you've got to watch out for those things with these major companies. The other thing also that they're famous for doing is messing with people's schedules so that people are unable to live their lives normally. I've seen places firsthand that have people starting at all sorts of different times, times that don't make any sense. One day you start at 8 a.m., another day you start at 12, another day you start at 1, finish at 6. You don't even know what your schedule is going to be for the next week. It's totally messed up. It's totally messed up. But these are the things they do. So it's a major setup. It's really a major setup whereby they find ways to get everything out of you and put nothing together for you. And when you talk about these things, the first thing they jump up and tell you is that you're negative. They don't want to say to you that you are realistic. They don't want to say to you that you are telling the truth. It's apparent that many people want to be in the garbage. It's apparent that many people don't want to do any better. Because I've found that people who want to do better try to do better things. Makes you think. Big shout out to Afrocentric. Let me put a link inside here for your convenience so you can come on. You're just leaving work. Well, feel free to come on here and speak. For many, many years, I had unusual work schedules, and I'll tell you about some of them. I remember when I was doing security work, I I tell you, I remember when I was doing, there was a point in time where I only had Tuesdays and Wednesdays off. That was one point in my life. Tuesdays and Wednesdays off. I worked so many weekends, it wasn't funny. I worked overnight shifts, 12-hour shifts. Those were the worst. The supervisors always got, it was 8 a.m. to 4 in the afternoon. And we would have to do the 12-hour shifts. It was either 12 midday to 12 at night, or it was 12 at night till 12 in the morning, which was tough. And I did that for years and years and years. I remember another tough shift that I had, and it was 11 p.m. till 7 in the morning, Monday to Friday. That was hard. That was really, really hard. Around that time, I came to realize that keeping my weight down was important. So I was able to maintain my weight at that time. And then I remember shifts where I would do days, evenings, and nights. That was torture on the body. Absolute torture on the body. And it was torture because your body just does not get used to that sort of thing. Your sleep cycle is messed up. Your weight can get out of control, because my weight at that time did get out of control. Welcome to the show, Afrocentric.
Hey, Ellen P, how you doing?
I'm doing all right. Happy to hear from you.
Good. I've been going for a while. I've been so busy, man. Just running a business and working. It's been crazy out here in these streets.
I understand. I understand. Sunday is one of those days that I hated to work. I hated doing that.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But I know. You ever come across those people? They want to trade shift and they're not doing it for you. Shout out to Captain P.
Yeah. Yeah, I was listening to you telling us about these shifts, like them 12-hour. First of all, I'm not working no 12-hour shifts. That's too freaking long. Like,
Yeah,
I'm just
you're
the
right.
12-hour night shift. And I could just relax. You know what I'm saying? 12 hours
Oh,
is
it's
too
tough.
much.
Yeah, the 12 hours, those were the weekend shifts that I would do
Yeah,
when I was in security.
yeah, that's too far. Like I know a lot of I have a lot of female friends that are nurses, and nurses get paid good, but they work hard, man.
Yes. Yes, there was a situation here in Canada years ago at a particular hospital whereby they had the black nurses
Uh huh.
overworked, and
Yeah,
then the white nurses weren't doing their fair share. It was a big,
yeah,
big thing.
yeah. That stuff
But
happens at the.
the oh, tell me more.
No, I'm just saying, white folks on the job, black folks on the job, it's always a mess. And then when you be the person to
Yes,
speak up, I'm a voiceful person. Like I might let somebody get away with something, maybe once or twice, but after that, I'm saying something.
I
And you know
understand.
that stuff happens at the job where white people feel like they're superior over you. Yes, that happens at the job. Yep, every day.
And you know what? The fool will be in the same role as you or lesser than you.
Yeah, and I like you were saying these people that don't own the business, they go so hard for the business. I'm like, this is not my
Yes,
business. I don't care. Like I come to just work, do my job, and go home. These people go so hard for people like you don't even own this business.
that's right. That's
Uh,
right.
I'm doing what I can do right now, LNP. I'm working on getting myself out of the workforce. I don't want to work for people no more. Like you know what I'm saying? I
I
can't
don't
do this.
blame you.
It is crazy out here. These streets.
Oh, yes.
know? And it's crazy because the job might not even really be a hard job. Like what I do is not strenuous, it's not hard. It's not like I'm out in this, and I'm not a contractor where I'm lifting heavy stuff. My job is fairly easy, but it's always the people that you work with.
You see, I would never consider doing my own business if I could go to a job and not be harassed. I probably would
Right,
stick with the job,
right, right,
but
right,
it's the
right. True, true.
harassment. Yeah.
Yeah, I got a lot of ideas of things that I want to get into, but that could take. It's going to take some time, but I'm just fed up with the workforce.
Well, what I would suggest is get a notebook and write down the things that are most important to you and work
Hmm.
towards them. Look at it every day. I
Yeah,
got my notebook, I
yeah.
look at it every day.
They said this lady years ago she told me to to write it down, make it happen thing, and I've done that,
Yes.
and I did it like 4 years ago, and pretty much everything on there, like as far as my business with my soap and stuff, everything pretty much came to pass that I wrote down, and I was working towards making it happen. So it that does work.
Oh, it's wonderful. And to see
Hmm.
it work, because I have a checklist. Last year I started out with 24 things and I've
Uh-huh.
got 12 of them done already.
Oh,
So it
really?
feels really good. Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is with that, people, I was telling people, I said, if you do that, you have to work towards that thing every day. You can't just write it down and
Yes.
think it's going to just manifest. You have to work towards it. Because if you're not working towards it every day, even me with my business, even if some months, if I don't make any money, I'm doing something towards my business, whether it's like the graphics or just anything. It's always something to do. Whether I'm working on my labels, I'm always trying to do something to better the business. So,
Well said.
yeah, it's
Well
always
said.
something to do.
Sorry, go ahead. I didn't hear that.
I was saying that there's always something to do. Even like business owners, when you first start a business and you feel like it could be no money for months, like you might not make a cent. You might make $12 this month and maybe make more money in 6 months. So who knows? It depends on how you out here promoting yourself. And I promote myself at my job, like all over the place. But people give up because they're like, oh, I don't make no money. Like you could be years in before you really see hundreds of dollars a month. You know what I'm saying?
It's true, but when it starts to pick up, you'll be surprised.
Yeah, yeah.
When it starts to pick up, and it can be
Mhm.
just one thing that happens, like you get a connection to somebody who has a big network and they're buying
Yeah.
soaps.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So I keep
it's a
on. I
very
keep
good
pushing.
move.
Yeah, I keep
Yes.
pushing. I did pretty good for the holidays. I made a few extra customers, but when you sell something to a customer and they like it, it's my job to keep in contact with that person. That's the thing. You have to hustle and you have to constantly, keep in touch with them, see if they want to keep, because some people, if they really like your product, they'll continue to buy from you. So I have to constantly, keep in contact with these people, ask them, how's it working, because if they really like it, they'll continue to buy, and that's how you keep your customers. You have to keep that connection open with people.
Yes, and the health and beauty market is massive. People are
Yeah, it
always
is.
looking for new brands. So
Yeah,
it's good and it's needed. If you don't
yeah,
use soap, you're going to stink. So it's needed.
yeah. You're right. Yeah, and I've got to stick with it, and it's going pretty good. I like, and on top of that, I like doing it, so it makes it a lot easier when it's something I enjoy. Versus something that I'm just trying to do real quick to make some quick money. I really do like making my stuff, so it's fun to me.
I'm happy to hear that because one thing that I've noticed is that when you come across certain people and you speak, once you hear the line go quiet, you know you've
Hmm.
got a hater on your hands.
Yeah, 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 yeah. And you know what? The funniest thing, right? The biggest people, it's so crazy. The people that don't really want you to like make it, because you see people at your job, right? If they see you doing little things like selling, anybody see you making extra money, you got people sitting in the background just sitting there like, I wonder how much she's making. The haters will just sit around. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? And a lot of times, and then sometimes the energy will come from your family members. Like your family will even be hating on you. Like, hello, like I'm not a millionaire. Not yet. Not yet.
Right. It's
But keep
coming.
watching. Not yet. Some people are jealous because you might have the drive that they don't have. You have qualities that they don't have. You know what I'm saying?
It's true. What I feel, I shouldn't say feel, I
Yeah.
know as a fact, there are many people who sit there and wish for you to fail. I shouldn't
Yeah.
say I feel, I know that. Like I can just feel that energy coming off of them,
Right.
you know?
Yeah. They don't. Yeah.
Arr.
It was some lady at my job, right? Some chick, some black chick. She was it was funny because at my job, right, it's a lot of white chicks there. So, I go present my stuff to people. I gave samples and all the white women coming back, oh yeah, I like this. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I'm like, okay. So these chicks, them white chicks was coming up with money. They was like, okay, I need this, I need that. So I'm like, oh great. So then there's one black chick in the background. She's like, I'm gonna get, once you see other people buying, then a lot of people jump on the bandwagon and they want to buy
Yes.
it too. But she was the first person that I ever gave a sample to. And when I gave her these samples, she never said nothing about the product. She never said, usually when you give somebody a product that you want them to try out, they will say, oh yeah, I liked it, or I didn't like it, or whatever the case may be. She never said nothing for about 2 weeks.
Wow.
And
Wow.
then these white girls on the job, they like, oh yeah, let me try it. I gave the white girls the stuff. The next day, the white chicks are like, oh, you got some more? I'll buy some from you. And then 2 weeks later, the other chick come. I'm like, she's a hater too. She's a
Yeah.
hater. She didn't really
Yeah.
want to buy until she's seen everybody else purchasing. And she's like, oh, I'm going to support you. Like, I don't beg people. I'm a hustler. So I'm not going to sit here and say, are you going to, how you feel about this? So I'm not going to sweat you because God is going to manifest. People are going to come to me. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm
Yes.
working hard. So people are going to come to me. I don't sit here and sweat people. I'm not going to beg you to buy from me. It's plenty of people in the world. Like where I live, it's so many people in the world. So I don't sweat stuff. Oh, is she going to come back? I don't do that. I just do it. I present the product. I might ask them in a week, have you been using it? How you like it? And that's it. And after that, they're going to purchase.
That sounds good. That sounds very much like
Yeah.
me because from the time I lay it out, it's for you to either want it or not.
Yeah. I don't sweat people, but I do like when I give them something. Most of the time, with the people that I deal with, I give them the product, right? Give them the little samples and stuff. I give them a couple samples, not just one. I got little samples of other different products and stuff. So I give them the sample. Then I'll come back in like 3 days. I'll say, "Oh, how you liking that soap on your face or whatever the case?" She's like, "Oh yeah, I like it. I like it. I like it." Conversation over. Then in another week or so, I ask them again. Then around that time, they're going to buy from me, and most of the time they do.
I'm happy to hear that. You
Yeah. So
sound
you,
very, very enthusiastic. I
yeah, I'm
like.
a hustler, LMP. I am a straight hustler. Okay. I'm going to turn where I live at. I'm just gonna turn this whole area that I live. I'm gonna turn it out. It's up to me to really hustle this. You know what I'm saying? Can't nobody, no one else is gonna hustle it. I have to do it. So I'm gonna make something of this because it's
Yeah,
starting to happen
because
already.
exactly because you're in a country with a lot of people. If you even
Yeah.
got 1% of the population, you're rich.
Uh huh.
Or
Uh
half
huh.
a percent, you're rich.
Uh
You
huh.
know what I mean?
I look. yeah, I look at it like this. Okay, what I get at my job, when I go to my job every day, if I can make when I make that certain amount of money more than what I make every week or every 2 weeks at my job, I can retire and just do this.
Exactly.
Because that's not what
Exactly.
I'm not. I can make more when I get my customers the way I want them. I can make more in a day than what I make at my regular job in a day.
That,
You know what I'm
that's
saying? If I can make
exactly it.
that
Oh
certain
yeah,
amount of money, I'm straight.
exactly. And then what you can do is put on very close people to you if you feel like. Now it becomes a
Uh-huh.
family business.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
whoever's close to you, you can just line them up with it.
Uh-huh. But even like when you open up a business, certain people in your family, they hate until like because I have the
Yes.
energy. Yeah, I have the
Right.
energy and the drive to do this. I'm not embarrassed. Selling my product to people, that does not embarrass me. Like I'm a hustler. I'm not going to sit around and be like, oh, I'm a little bit ashamed. No, you want it. You want this. Everybody needs soap.
Yes, that's right. And why not
Uh-huh.
you? When
Uh-huh.
you talk about haters, the family and haters, when you say that, a person shows up in my face right now, my aunt. I've got an
Hmm.
aunt, she's probably the biggest hater in the family,
Yeah.
you know?
They sit and hate because they see your drive. They see you hungry for more. Like I'm hustling this every day. Like even if you're not really doing well with sales online from people from other states. You could turn it out where you live, like in your area. Every day I'm at work,
Yes.
just you know what I'm saying, getting new people to, just encouraging people and letting them know, like all them products on the shelves, all that Dove and all that stuff. That stuff is filled with chemicals.
Yes. And ultimately, the chemicals are destroying people's skin and leading
Hmm.
to cancer. The
Yeah,
chemicals have to be causing the cancer.
yeah, and it's crazy how most people. That's the thing. They don't even know. Like some people just don't know.
Right. Oh, yes. You know what I really think messed up a lot of black people from back in the day? The
Uh
things
huh.
like the Jerry curl. I feel
Uh
like
huh.
the
Oh,
Jerry
yeah.
curl really messed up black people,
Yeah.
you
It's a
know?
shame. Everything out here is just terrible, you know?
Yeah.
It's just bad.
So to offer a natural alternative is great. And I think I could be wrong. You know, these guys who brush their hair to get waves?
Mm.
I think that could lead to premature balding.
You think so?
I
Probably. Yeah, the pressure and stuff. Yeah,
yeah,
that could be.
I
Yeah.
just feel
Anything.
like that, like you're just brushing, like
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any anything that you do, you put too much pressure on anything, it's not going to be good. I don't care what it is. Like anything that you do too much of, I don't care if it's healthy. Like I don't know if I should say it like that, but certain things are just not good. Like certain women, when I was in middle school, right, I wore a lot of ponytails. That's all I wore in school. Any kind of pressure that you're putting on your hair, you wearing the same style every day, and I'm talking about like women, it can start, thinning out your hair. Because anything, you should always switch up. Everything should be kind of like a switch situation. Because everything's just, it could cause pressure on your hair, and it'll start thinning your hair out. Like I used to wear ponytails all the time and now I don't. My hair thinned out a little bit when I was younger, but it grew back because I stopped wearing the ponytail. So anything that you constantly
Okay.
doing to your hair or anything, it's just not really that good for you. You have to always kind of switch things up.
Yeah, for even guys who, let's say, shave, I think that a lot of the shaving products are very dangerous because I looked at the ingredients on it,
Right.
the chemicals. Those chemicals go all up in your pores as a
Oh
man
yeah,
and
you're right.
mess you up.
You're right. You're right. Even women, like when you shaving your underarms and stuff, some people can have like those bumps and stuff under the razor bumps. And you know what that metal,
Yes.
whatever that metal is, these companies are using all different kind of metals. Some could be using a higher grade metal. Some people could be using the cheap metal. You know, the cheap metal
Yes.
that rusts. You just
Yes.
don't never know. Yeah.
Yes. Like for me, I have not used shaving cream in many, many years. All I do is
Yeah.
run the hot water and shave with that. I don't
Yeah.
trust
Yeah.
any of the chemicals.
And get
It's
you some like a good oil. Get you a natural oil after you
true.
shave. Put it on your face, your skin, or whatever, and try to keep towards the same stuff. Like don't keep switching up. Like even when you go to Walmart, right? Because I used to think I was doing something when I was go to Walmart. I used this oil. It was an African oil when I didn't know better. African oil. But if you look with the products that they're using the cheapest products that they can use, and most of the cheap products is no good. Even like
Yes.
Vaseline. I used to use that on my face all the time. That's no good.
Okay.
A lot of this stuff is no good for you, you know. So people just gotta, they just gotta do their research on stuff.
You're right. You're right. Because I see a lot of the things, even the clothing. You know how challenging it is to find cotton and wool?
Yeah,
Everything
yeah.
is this polyester plastic type of junk.
Yeah.
So it becomes tough, but I think you're on the right track. You can expand your line of products from the creams
Yeah.
to the soaps and
hmm
this and that.
I just started making body butters, and it's like a form of a lotion, but it's just basically like a oil base. So I'm making those, and I have events and stuff backed up all the way to like June. So I'm staying on it. I'm not giving up.
Very nice. Because
Yeah.
realistically, if you can hit even $1,000 a day, and I don't think that's
Man,
impossible, you're
yeah,
fine.
you got that right. I
I, I,
can
can,
open
I
up.
can see
I
that.
can if I make $1,000 a day, I can open up me a little warehouse, hire me some staff. You know.
Yes. Yes, I
Yeah,
can see it.
yeah, I can
I
see
can
it
see
too.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the thing with business, man. You got to see it. You got to see the vision. See the vision.
Right.
And know
Right.
that
And
you can do
I'm exactly because I'm always excited to hear people with some idea of something that they want to do. So
it.
many
Right.
people are not excited. Why are you
Mhm.
doing that? Why not?
Mhm. Listen, LMP. Every day that I get up and I go to work, right? I'm knowing I got other business ventures too in my head, other things that I want to do, but I'm just sticking with this right now. You know what I'm saying? Because once I get this off the ground, the money that I can make from that, I can open up other businesses. See, you can have multiple businesses. There's so many people out
Yes.
here that got multiple businesses. That's what I'm trying to do. Have multiple streams of income, multiple businesses. I'm hiring my own staff, the people that I want, and they're going to be black people. I'm not going to be one of these. Like I've seen so many black businesses like around me. The women will say, oh, you need a sprinkle of every culture. But let me tell you something. These other cultures don't want us sprinkled in their business. Okay?
That's correct. Right.
So I'm like, nah. I'm hiring all black staff. And if some people ain't gonna work out, but I want to keep my black staff. That's how I want my business. Because these Chinese people, these Asian people, they're not hiring black people
I noticed that one of the things
unless
I
they
can say. Sorry, go ahead.
they're not going to hire black people unless it's like a hair store and they feel like, oh, she could sell their hair to the black chicks. I'm not doing that, man. I see a vision for my business, and I'm hiring all black staff.
Yes, it can definitely be done with all the black staff, uh, providing they're good people. It's no
Yeah,
problem. I
yeah,
just I just feel like for me, I will go along the same route, but you really have to get some good
I
black
know.
people. That's
And
the
that's the
thing.
hard thing. That's the hard thing too in business because where I work at now, the lady, she's always having problems. Like it's always up and down, hiring people. Some people just don't show up, and that's all in business. And I know that's going to be the hard thing to find people. But I'm a believer in Christ, so God is going to
You
send
know,
people my
go ahead.
way. God will send me the right people that I
Well,
need.
here's the thing about God and truth. Here's the thing about God and Christ. The fact that we're not here by ourselves means that there's a higher power. You know what I
Mhm.
mean?
Right, right,
So
right,
there
right.
must be a God. There must be a Christ.
Yeah,
You
there
know
has to
what I
be.
mean? It's not like you just showed up by yourself. There
Right,
has to be a higher power,
of course,
you know?
yeah.
So when I hear people debate, is there a God? Okay, well, if there isn't, go and create another earth by yourself. Not possible.
hmm
So there's
Yeah,
definitely a God, and
yeah.
definitely Christ is the messenger.
Right.
I just
What
don't
is
like
what?
how they. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna ask you about why did you drop your other channel?
Okay, so I had a lot of characters hanging on, like hanging
Oh,
around. And
yeah.
I really got tired of them. Like
Mm.
people would come to listen to see what they can listen to and see if
Yeah.
they can get a headline.
But guess
I
what?
got tired. Go ahead.
Guess what? They gonna find you again and they gonna do the same thing. uh-huh.
Well, it's possible, but the only thing is that generally they like bigger numbers.
Yeah, yeah. Cause
So
listen, when I went
go
on
on.
one day, certain particular people you have to check on. You know what I'm saying? I check on LMP. It's a few other people that I check on if I don't see you in a while. So I went to your channel. I'm like, yo, where's LMP at? So I went to your channel. I was like, yo, I know he didn't block me or nothing like that. I
No,
was like,
no.
so then, right, I called Cap. I text him or called. I said, yo, Cap. He was like, no. So then he gave me your email, and then that's when I had reached out to you because I didn't know what happened, you know. So I was like, I hope LNT ain't just leave you. You know, people got them little catchy titles talking about I'm leaving YouTube. So I was like, yeah, what happened to
No, no.
LNT? But I figured eventually you would reach out, you know, to the people that you know what I mean.
Yes,
I was
yes, and
like,
I
what the heck?
appreciate the message. But here's the twist
Yeah.
now. I took down the channel. That was
Uh
my
huh.
doing.
Yeah.
Characters are talking about black women had something to do with it.
Oh, really?
Speculation.
They talking
Come
about you
on.
already?
Yeah.
People don't like
So
the fact that you're just neutral with everybody. Like LMP is just neutral. He's not one of those guys that sit around and talk about black chicks. They don't like what you
right.
say when you talk, and that's okay. You know, I have no thing against. Listen, the guys that don't like black women, that's your choice. I don't care if you want to waste your day talking about what black women did to you and all this stuff. Go ahead and do it. Just keep wasting your time. Like, listen, date who you want to date. No, like really, a lot of black women that's out here building and getting money. We're not concerned about men saying that they hate black women. We're really not worrying about that.
Exactly. The thing that I find concerning is just that when does the topic get old? When does it get
Yeah,
stale?
yeah.
Let's
Because
say they
to
talk about
me,
it today and tomorrow. Go ahead,
yeah,
sorry.
it's old. Like that's old news. Oh, I hate black women. That's old. That's
right.
so old now. Like, come on with some new stuff now. What you got? What else you got? People
Right.
ain't watching that crap no more. The people that's watching it are the people that agrees with this situation, and that's okay. You know, if you agree with it, okay. But it's some real black chicks out here who's getting money, who's getting up, hustling, doing what they got to do. They're not concerned with men who say that they hate black women. No one cares about that anymore. Like, I mean, no one really cared about it. Period. You be who you want to be with, but you don't need to drag. You know, you don't have to drag women for that.
Exactly. And what I found is that when you compare the black women to the black men, the black women financially are doing a lot better.
Yeah, yeah. It's a lot of
Like if
black
you
women out here
have
doing it.
right, like if you have one black guy who's making some money, I would say the number is like 10 black women who are making money.
Right.
It's not
Yeah.
like 50-50. A
Yeah.
lot of black women are doing very well,
Yeah.
and a lot of black guys are doing very badly. so,
Yeah. Black women are strong women, man. We could be going through something. We could be going through the worst and we'll get right up and go right to work the next day. And you wouldn't even know. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's just how strong black women are. Because of course I'm a black woman, but I'm just saying black women, we are the strongest women. Let me tell you something, right? I go to my job, right? All these white women, they be around there crying, popping pills. The boss is getting on my nerve, like not strong. I'm just like, oh, these women are weak as hell. These
I
women are
understand.
weak. I say, and everybody talk about black women this, black women that. I see these white women on the job every day crying, popping pills, just doing all this stuff. And I'm like, yo, and they talk about black women. You should see my job. All these white girls on the job, just weak as hell.
I understand. A
Black
statement
women,
was
we could
sorry,
literally
go ahead,
work
sorry.
like 20, we could have literally worked like 20 hours and going back to work the next day. You would never hear a complaint out of our mouth. We would just be up in there hustling, doing our thing. Like, you know, we used to the hustle. We're used to all the crap. But you go to the job and you see these white women, well, the white women at my job, they be in the bathroom popping pills. Oh my God, my life is falling apart. Just all this stuff. And I'm like, yo, black women, we strong, man. We are
Oh yes.
strong women.
Oh yes, and I've seen that in so many different instances to manage a home, to go out there and work, to deal with
Yeah,
the prejudice, the discrimination.
yeah.
I've seen that. I've
Yeah.
seen
And
that firsthand.
we're the most talked about women, women in a bad way. We're the most talked about women on the planet in a bad way, mostly coming from our own brothers. So that hurts a lot. But real strong black women, we're not concerned about that crap. Because guess what? We still out here hustling. We still out here getting.
Well, what concerns me is there's all that talking, and then you see the other groups trying to copy. Kim Kardashian, what is she? Trying to copy the black woman.
Hmm.
This one trying to copy the black woman.
Right.
What are all these things? The
Yeah.
lip injections, the fillers, the this. It is an imitation of the black woman.
Yeah. And I don't see
That's
any other.
all.
I don't. I never see any other man of any other cultures going against their women, like talking about their women, like the way that we're talked about by our own men. I don't see You don't see
No,
that from nobody else but black men. And I'm not saying every black man, so please don't come and say,
no, I
"Oh, she
understand.
hate."
No, no,
I'm just speaking
right.
facts.
You see, in the other communities, it's kept on a lower key. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right.
Like it doesn't get out there like that. Like they'll have their problems, but they're not gonna come out there and make a fool of themselves.
Right, right. That's true.
And we just need to work together, and the people who
Yeah,
don't want to get left out.
yeah. But I think about it like, will we ever get back to the place where we all work together and just love each other again and hustle? And because we're all in the, like, all black people, we're all in the same boat. Like, no one's excluded. I don't care if you're dating a white woman. We are all in the same boat. At the end of the day, we are black. I don't care how many women you
Yes, and
mess
I've seen
around with or whatever. We're all black and we're all in the same fight.
right, because speak of which, I had a teacher in high school. I'll never forget the guy, and he had said something to me in in a class. He was like ignoring me and being, and at the end of the day, I'm gonna leave
Mhm.
thing. Morning, you're a black, go to bed, you're a black man. So you need to stop your nonsense.
Yeah,
And for the rest of the semester, the guy tried to talk to me. I was through with him. I didn't want
yeah,
to talk to him, you
yeah.
know?
I had that. That happens a lot at the job. And it's be your own people a lot of the times.
Oh yes.
You just gotta have. The thing is, in 2020, might as well in 2019, 2020, you have to always have your guard up against everybody. I'm sorry, that's just
Yes.
out here today. You gotta always, somebody coming up to you for whatever. Somebody always wants something.
Yes.
You can't just be Mr. Softy. You can't be Mr. Softy out here no more. You have to just be on your grind. You have to watch what this person want. You know what I'm saying? You just have to watch yourself.
Yeah, you do have to watch out because I remember one time I was working at a thrift store and there was a black Nigerian guy, and I made a complaint to him about this white manager that was underneath him. And the
Uh-huh.
day after, I worked till midday. They had me pack all this stuff away. I don't know why they didn't fire me first thing in the morning, but I worked till
Mm-hmm.
midday, called me into the office with another black person,
Mm-hmm.
and he tried to twist it on me. Why didn't you put this in writing? I said, let me tell you something. I spoke to you about the woman yesterday, and you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Oh
And
wow.
when he saw that I wasn't backing down, oh, I'm going to have to separate you from the team. I said, what does that mean? I'm fired?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, I'm firing you. I said, on what grounds? I don't want to say. So you have these guys.
Yeah,
I,
I
usually they
know.
tell some lie when they're firing you because of this. He doesn't want to say.
Yeah, these
Tell
people on
you.
the job, they're so wicked. Like, for the fact that everybody, like, we're out here trying to pay our bills, right? People trying to pay their
Yeah.
mortgage, people trying to pay their car notes and stuff like that. So we're all trying to pay bills. And you go to the job, these people are trying to like just ruin you.
Yes. That's right.
Like, we all here trying to make money. We're no one's at work because they don't have to be. Like, we're there because we have to be there.
I know.
So it's not like, we all just, it's so crazy. It's like high school, really.
Yes, it is. It is.
People are
And the
jealous. They want to know who you would, are you single, or you, like, people are so nosy. Like, they want to, first of all, when you go to a job, right? The first thing they try to do, they try to find out what your name is so they can go look you up on social media.
oh, okay.
I had females, like, when I started working, right, at this place, I had chicks that would send me friend requests like my first day. Are you kidding me? I don't even, what?
You don't
I
know them
don't
like
I don't
that.
associate I don't associate my job and social media together. I just keep that separate. Don't send me
Right.
no friend requests because it's not going to happen. She'll be like, "Oh, I sent you a friend request." I'm like, "Okay, so what?"
Yeah, a lot of those people just need to be left where they are. Like if I was working at a place, I wouldn't link them to a channel that I have. You know what I mean? Nothing.
Yeah. Even my channel, I don't link any social media. Over time, people will try to find you, but I keep that separate and keep it personal because it's none of their business. But people will try to at the job find your name and they'll try to look you up on Facebook because Facebook is a place where you have to kind of put your real name. I think.
Okay. Well, some
Yeah,
people will use other names and whatever, but I
yeah.
understand. But
So I try to keep that private.
I understand. One of the things for me is that when I interact with people, there's certain things that I'm not going to get into. I'm not going to ask
Uh-huh.
your age. I'm not going to
Uh-huh.
ask about how much money you earn. I'm not going to
Yeah.
ask about your marital status. I'm not, you know
Right.
what I mean? I'm not getting into
Mhm.
any of that. I've always
Mhm.
been like that. But these people
Yeah. Some
have to
people.
be there.
Yeah. People are nosy. They want to know who you're with. They want to know if you're married for how long. It's just crazy. People are just nosy.
Right. I remember working at a
They want
place
to
one
know
time. This guy asked me, "So are you married?"
about. Yeah.
I said, "No, I'm not married. Are you looking to
but
be married?" That threw him off.
but what does that
Like,
have to do with him and you? Like, why are you asking me that?
I don't know. I don't know. Another guy I had to tell right off. He's saying to me, "Oh, so do you have a wife, family, kids?" I said, "Let me tell you something. You and I are not on any level. So get out of here. Like, what are you doing?"
Uh-huh. LP, you
You
sound
know?
like me, man. I be getting
Yeah.
these people like
Don't
I guess
ask
I have
that.
that look, right? I have that
Right.
mean look already. So people are kind of
Back off.
reserved when it comes to me.
Right.
They're a little bit more reserved unless they got some balls. I had a white lady once ask me just my personal stuff, like, how much are you making over there?
Oh
Like this white
my.
chick. I'm like, excuse me.
Oh my.
I found it so funny that she had the balls to ask me that. That's one thing. That's one of the biggest things. You never ask nobody about their finances, what
That's
they
right.
make. Like, you know what I'm saying? You just don't do that. I was
That's
shocked
right.
that she had the nerve to ask me that. I was like, what?
Yeah, they don't think, you
Mm.
know, all sorts of questions like how much do you make, where the other thing in Canada, the big thing is this. They want to compare living arrangements.
Oh
So
yeah.
so let's say you work at a place and you've got a big house afro, big
Uh,
house with some cars and whatever. That's your choice. That is
mhm.
your decision. What they want to do is find out that and say, "Oh
Mhm.
my, Afro has more than me. And she's a
Right.
black woman too." So
Yeah,
now the
yeah, yeah.
next move is to do everything to try and get you fired,
Mhm.
thinking that you won't be able to pay your bills, so you'll
Yeah,
lose that house. They're
yeah,
nasty like that here.
yeah, yeah. And then they want to know, like, they want to know what town you live in, because
Oh my.
certain towns. Everybody knows certain towns you live in could be, how much money you make. It depends. If you live in this area, you might have a little bit of money. If you live in this area, you might be a little struggling. So people want to know, oh, so what town are you in? Why does it matter? Does it matter?
You know, I used to do these things when I worked at certain places. I
Uh,
would give a different address
uh-huh.
or I would give a PO box. One
Oh
place
yeah.
that I'd work at, I put a PO box.
Uh-huh. Bet
And
you they
one
hate it.
right, one loser was asking, "So where do you stay?" I said, "At the damn PO box."
Oh wow. I know he was mad.
Oh yes. Or sometimes I would tell him all kinds of stuff like, "Oh, so what area do you live in?" I said, "I'm homeless. I sleep in my vehicle."
I said I stay at the Red Roof Inn.
Right.
You say that to somebody, right? They're gonna be like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Are you
Yeah.
struggling?"
Yes, badly.
I stay at the
Badly.
Red.
Before I went to do my own thing, I'll never forget that time I was setting things up in the background to step away.
Uh-huh.
And once things, were solidified to step away, I started not showing up, started leaving in the middle of the day. I was doing all kinds of stuff and they couldn't figure it out, you know?
Uh-huh.
And then I said, I just have to tell you guys off and then leave and told them off.
Uh-huh.
Walk out, left them. They didn't know what hit them because they're thinking, hold on, he's not showing up regularly. He's
Something's
leaving when
going
he
on.
feels like, yeah.
He got some money somewhere. He
I
got
tell
something
you.
lined up. That's what they say, right? He got something else lined up. And when people find out, right, you got something else going on, like that little business, then they trying to figure out how much you making at the business. Like, oh, how's business going?
Right. Right. Let me welcome Captain PY2 to the show. Welcome, Cap.
What's happening, family?
Hey, Cat.
Great to have you.
Hey, hey, hey. Yeah,
Cat
man, I'm just gonna come
man.
here for a little while.
How you
Okay,
Yes,
doing,
welcome.
Cat?
ma'am. How you doing?
Good.
How you
I'm just
doing,
getting up work.
sister hustler? I've been
Good,
sitting here
man.
listening. Yeah,
Out here in
I'm
these
just
streets.
taking those. I'm just getting ready to do my next live stream later on this evening after I
Oh,
go.
good. I'm gonna be there. I'll be there.
Yeah, I'm trying to
Beautiful.
hurry up because I need to shower up and everything. Look presentable. I'm trying to change my ways
Good,
compared to how
Cat.
I used
Good
to
for you. I'm
do
glad.
it.
I'm happy for you and your channel. You starting to do your little thing. That's good, Cat.
Yeah, it's just like me and LP spoke about yesterday. Sometimes you just gotta step away. I became unmotivated, and
Right. That's
and I was
true.
always consuming too much frequent wine every damn day too. So I had to cut back on that. So I could see
Yeah.
my change in energy, which is
Yeah. Good
good.
for you.
I
Well, I'm
cut back
happy
on
for
the
you. Go ahead, Cap. Go ahead.
on the.
No, go ahead. You broke up a little bit. Sorry.
I might be
Can y'all
breaking
hear
up
me
a little
now?
bit too because I'm driving.
I can hear you, Afro,
Can
and
y'all hear me?
I can hear you, Cap.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
okay, okay. Yeah. So yeah, I was just like,
Getting cold
yeah, man,
again,
I
ain't it,
was
Cat?
listening.
Ain't it? Getting cold out
Yeah,
there
because
in
I wanted
Canada,
to tell.
ain't it?
Oh, Canada. Oh, hell yeah. I know it is.
Mm-hmm.
Shit.
Warm.
Sorry. So go ahead, Cap. Sorry.
you know, uh, so since I barely use it that much, yeah, I'll probably be getting something soon. I can't say
Yeah.
when. I still have plenty left over.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I'm definitely checking out your channel for the insight that you have. So continue to do what you're doing.
To my Afrocentric.
Are you there, Afro? Hello, Afro? I don't know. Maybe she's having a little technical difficulty, but
Oh, there it is.
it's all good. She can come back anytime. But I'm happy to hear that you are making some progress. Too many people out here don't want to see anybody succeed, which is unfortunate. Oh, I think Afro dropped off. But
Yeah. Plus, my signal is tripping too. So let's see how strong it stays connected.
okay. I understand.
Yeah.
You know,
Yes.
go ahead,
Go ahead,
sorry.
brother.
I was gonna say, it took me such a long time to realize certain things. Like I would see certain things and say, wow, these people have all these people around them. It would be nice to have, they must have so many friends. And when you check it out, they're not friends.
That's it. That's what I'm talking about, man. As you get old, like when we're young, yeah, we want as many friends as we can get. But
Yes.
as you get older, you start waking up. I mean, man, fuck you, dog. Now I see the spirit, who
Yes.
you really are. It took a little while, and so that's why people say, "Man, are you angry?" I said, "No, I'm just." Well, you can call it angry, but I call it disappointment because I thought the people that I had around me were sincere.
Right.
You
Sincere. That's
know,
the word. Right.
yeah. So shit. And by me being sincere, I'm all alone. So that tells me the fake people that I had in my life. That includes family members too.
I understand. I understand. You
Yeah,
know, you need an honest opinion from somebody, and they're doing all sorts of nonsense. It's like, why
yeah,
can't you just be straight?
yeah. Because what helped me learn to deal with it was going through boot camp. Because you never heard anybody call you the worst names that they could think of. You know what I mean? And stuff. And then it just that military experience, it teaches you how to sit back and just watch your friends. That's the thing. Eye to detail. Watch their actions. Don't listen to what they say. Watch their actions. And then you be able to find out who they really are.
I understand. You know, something that has really, really annoyed me over the years is the two-faced business. They're one way in
Yeah.
front of you, they're another way in front of me, and they're another way in front of Afro. You see what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely, man. You know, I've been seeing it from certain people, that used to come to your channel and now they don't show up like they used to. But yeah, you see
Yeah,
them on somebody else's channel. So I'll be seeing the patterns. I see everything.
I hear you. People are free to go wherever they want. It just is what it is.
Yeah.
And the other thing I don't like is when people do certain stuff and it's like they're saying to you, you're dumb. Like I give you an example. If I say to you, I'm making the same money that I've always made, but you see me in a mansion and expensive cars, that's a
Uh-huh.
disrespect to you. You know what I mean? That's not possible. I can't be making the same money that I
Uh-huh.
always made
Uh,
and be in those stuff. You know what I mean? It's like when these
yeah.
people, uh, like in the fitness industry, try and show you these before and after stuff, and it's fraud. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you'll know a
Yeah,
guy who,
man.
yeah, yeah, you'll know a
Yeah,
guy
yeah,
who
yeah. Go ahead.
has made some improvements. You can say, okay, he was fat, now he's in better shape. But when you see a big fat
Uh-huh.
guy go from being big and fat and he has all of these definitions and this and that, you know he's on something. He's using something.
Uh,
You see what I mean?
gotta be. He has to be. I
Yeah.
feel you, brother.
But he's talking
Yeah,
about
that's no,
natural. Go ahead. Sorry.
no, no, that's all right. Go ahead, man.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm done. Go
I,
right. Go right
I,
ahead. Yeah.
yeah, because sometimes you gotta be careful with these advertisements, man. You really
Right.
have to.
Like, stop.
like, like you shady, dirty, slick motherfucker. You got me this time, but now I know I'm gonna pass the word around. I say, watch
Yeah.
out for this person.
Yeah. Because, for
Why you want to mess?
instance,
Why you want to mess up my hustle? No, dog. Don't. No, no. That's some bullshit hustle, right? That's false. That's false advertisement hustle.
exactly. Okay, cool, Afro. Feel free to come back, and the link is in the chat so you can use it. Yeah, Afro said she'll be back
Yeah,
in a few. Yeah, it's these little stink scams. You know what I mean? Like, let's say
yeah,
you know a guy who is naturally uh a guy with a small build. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And then 3 months later, he's like King Kong. He's taking something. You know, all these games that people are playing. It's like
Yeah.
stop. Like
Before he's
Sorry,
all
I
big,
got kicked
fat,
off.
and pudgy. Then all of a sudden, boom, he's all
right.
cut up. I said those pictures, the after picture could be some pictures, but like when
Uh-huh.
he using
Can
that
y'all
Well,
hear me?
to say,
yes,
see how I
absolutely.
changed my diet and my
Can
routine in
y'all hear me?
life. I said,
Yeah. Can
yeah,
you hear
I hear you,
Afro?
sis.
Okay. Can you hear us?
Oh yeah, it
Okay,
was so funny
perfect.
you were talking about the fake advertisements.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I see this girl, right? This chick from Louisiana, New Orleans or whatever. Hustle, they hustling or whatever. So she had the nerve to like, she's selling some kind of hair vitamins or whatever. So she shaves off, and I know she shaves her hair. Like, you know what I'm saying? I've seen this chick. So she shaved off a piece of her hair. Then she comes back a month later talking about, oh, These hair vitamins are really helping me.
Uh,
And you see all these stupid people under the comments. They're like, "Oh, I need some of them." I'm saying, "Yo, common
yeah.
sense that this chick shaved her hair."
Right.
Wow. Yeah.
She was like,
Hell yeah,
oh, it
man.
was so fake. Like she didn't even try to act like it was real. Like,
Really.
yo, cracking up. I say, yo. But that happens all the
That's
time.
all
Even
right.
these chicks with these with the teas and all that crap. The tea. Oh, drink this tea and put on this waist trainer. And you're gonna have this thin waist. Like you're gonna have this cold bottom.
I see. Hey, I've seen those videos before. I mean, what is it called? It's that like they call it the waist tamer or
The
something
waist,
like that.
yeah, the waist trainer. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then they're like when they're wearing it. But there's some women that are not embarrassed. They actually show what they're hiding.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know. And man, once it's came in and took that shit up, I mean that shit just flopped down. I said,
Yeah.
how? I said, man, you need to go get you a plastic
Uh-huh.
surgeon, remove that excess skin. Because
But
right
it's
now, because when
crazy.
you got it on, you look good. But as soon as you take
Yeah.
that, you pull it down.
Yeah. Yeah. But some of these women, some of these chicks that are pushing these things, like some of these little social media chicks, and I'm not talking about them like celebrity type chicks that push this stuff, because most of them had surgery. But some of these chicks have
Yeah.
gotten these like surgeries, these BBLs and all that stuff, and they got this perfect body. And I'm like, I'm a natural chick that went in the gym and did it that hard way. So I just be looking like,
Yeah.
oh my God.
Hey, when you gonna start doing your live stream at workout again?
I haven't been live streaming because there's been a lot of people at my gym, and I don't really want to be, having a live stream on there with a whole bunch
Okay.
of people in there. So I haven't really been live streaming much lately because the gym has been like packed. So I didn't want to be
Oh,
disrespectful to other people because they're gonna be like, "What's she doing?"
Yes.
I only
You're
kind of
right.
do it
yeah.
when it's not really a lot of people in there
Right. Yes,
because
ma'am.
I'm video
I
recording. I
understand
think
that.
they can kind of tell because one of the chicks was like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Oh, I'm live streaming." She was like, "Oh,
You're
let me get out
upset.
the way."
You're right.
Yeah.
So, oh my
So
God.
like back to
Oh my
these
God.
Yeah, back to this tea stuff. So these chicks are pushing this stuff, and these people, and I look at the dumb people under the comments, right? They're like, "Oh, I need some of that." Like, you have to actually get up and do exercise, okay? Unless you're
That's
gonna just
right.
go get surgery. So I look at these
That's
girls;
right, baby girl.
they're like believing that their stomach's gonna be flat in like 3 weeks. Hello, I've been working out for years, and my stomach is still not flat.
Well, I'll tell you
You know what
something.
No. I'll tell you what. Go ahead, brother.
I'll say this quick. They have a guy here named Dr. Bernstein.
I mean?
This character has clinics all over the place. Rich.
Uh-huh.
He has some concoction that he injects in the people.
Oh,
And if you're a
God.
whale, you go down to a string. If you're a pig, you go down to a string. But God forbid you don't get your injection, you blow up bigger than you were.
Oh,
I'll pass
I
the
heard
mic.
about that dude.
And
I
these
heard
people
about that dude,
believe in
bro.
this mess.
Yep.
Yeah.
And guess what? Like, this comes from a woman. Y'all know I work out. Like,
Yes,
4
definitely.
days a week. I don't play with working out. So all LMP, I've been working out like faithfully, 5 days a week, 4 days a week. On bad days, 3 days a week. But I've been working out faithfully for like my daughter is 7. So I've been working out, running, jogging, walking, whatever. Straight for years, a couple days a week. I've been doing it straight. So these people that come on there and say, "You're gonna have a flat stomach in a month." I've been working out for 7 years and my stomach is still not flat. Your stomach is always the last thing to get, you know what I'm saying?
I
So I'll be
understand.
like, yo, these people really be believing this crap.
Schemes. But go ahead, Cap. Cap was trying to say something. Go ahead, Cap.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
Oh, hey, Afrocentric. The way I see it, your stomach is flat. It may not be the way
Yeah.
how you want it, but like when you
Right.
post your pictures, man, hey, I mean, you fit, you look fit, you look good
Yeah.
to go.
Yeah,
Hey, don't worry about it,
even
girl.
like, I'm not complaining about it, but I'm just saying, like, literally, no matter how much you work out, you can work out a lot. Your stomach is always like the last thing. The stomach is the thing everybody wants to get rid of. Men, women, we all want to get rid of that stomach. We all want that flat stomach, but of course, you got to do the ab stuff. and that could take a while, you know.
Yes, that and the nutrition. I'm
Yeah,
eating
yeah.
cleaner, but I still
So I've
have a
been
little
working out
something.
Nutrition, girl.
all this time that I've been working
Yeah.
out. I didn't start focusing on my core until now, and it's been like 7 years. So my
Okay.
body came all the way together because, like I said, I used to be a 14. Now I'm in like a size 5'6". But my
Congratulations.
stomach, my abs are still not showing. I see a little bit of abs here and there, but the abs to me is the hardest thing for me to work on. The abs are tough for me.
Hey,
So
Afrocentric, do you ever try that exercise called the plank?
yeah, I do all that. Yep, I do it, but it's hard.
Oh,
Abs are a struggle for me to deal with to do. I'm working on abs now. I've been doing abs for a while, just trying to really focus on my core. So that's what I'm working on. That because you know
yeah,
what I learned that when you got a strong core, you got a strong body.
yeah. That's the
If you
most
have a
important
strong
part.
core, you can
Yeah.
Like,
literally do anything. Like I'm just starting to see my core now. Like even when you dance and stuff, you're like, wow, I feel this, I feel it, I feel it. You know why? Because my core was never strong. It's getting strong, and it's stronger than it's ever been. Even when I was in high school, I'm like, damn, I'm starting to notice now. Like doing a lot of core exercises, your core gets like real fluid, and you could like do like, damn, I never knew I had this movement.
Yes, and the nice thing about what you're doing is you're actually doing something. A lot of people are talking, but you're actually doing
Yeah,
something because each week I'm doing roughly 500 sit-ups, 500
yeah,
leg lift and leg twists. So it adds up. I
right,
can see some of my stomach
yeah,
getting thinner. So it's good.
yeah,
It's very, very
yeah.
good.
Keep it up because once you keep it up, and you know LMP because you do it, anything you do when you first start out, it's gonna be hard. Because when I first started, like I started walking and then I started jogging, and that's when I was a size 14. So for me, 14 is big, and I don't like that type of weight on me. So it was hard for me to run because you got your fat shaking and all that. So it was tough. So now I'm working out and I don't have much jiggle. I'm still a little thick or whatever in certain areas, but it's not like it was when I first started working out. So everything, some people give up because they're like, oh, it's too hard, or never give up. Just keep trying. Even if you just walking, like do some kind of activity, half an hour a day, you'll see results over time.
Yes, and what I've found is that as you get the results, you're going to have people who will say, "Hey, great job," and then you'll have other people who will give you dirty looks. I was at the gym the other day. Was looking at me some dirty look type of way, and of course, it has to be a black trainer. You know what I mean? So just continue to work.
Yeah, that's true.
And for me, when I got 300 pounds, looking back at it, because it was an emotional issue. Like I was upset with my life. Not to say that I still don't complain, but things are better now than before. And I was eating. My sleep cycle was messed up. There were a lot of things that were
Mm,
going on.
yeah, because eating is a comfort. Eating makes you feel good. You know what I mean? Eating could be
Right.
like a comfort to people, and eating, yeah, you can get caught up in that.
Right.
Like anything, like you can get caught up in drinking because it feels comfortable to drink because some people don't want to feel certain feelings that they're dealing with in life. Like things numb you. So people like that.
Yes.
I understand. I
Yes.
can understand addictions. You could be
Because
addicted to anything. So I understand people feeling comfort
because
in whatever.
because I remember there are days where I would eat two pizzas by myself, two large
Hmm.
pizzas or two medium
Yeah.
pizzas,
Yeah.
uh, chocolate
Right.
brownies, and soda alone.
Right. Right.
Those were
Yep.
days.
Yep.
And you feel bad and you this and that. So for me, training has
Hmm.
been something that has put my life into perspective.
And it makes you feel good too. Like you could do anything when
Yes.
you feel like that's for me. Working out helps me with like depression and all that crap.
Yes. Yes. And I think that
Hold on for a second,
more,
Ellen P.
yeah,
I'll be
no
right
problem.
back.
Okay. All right. So we have Afrocentric on the panel. We've got Captain PY2, who should be coming back very, very soon. I reached out to the real Aaron Collins as well as Silk's BB Scratching. So hopefully they show up as well. But shout out to everybody who is listening. Thank you so much. Just speaking about different life issues, you know, exercise, things of that. You see, for me, I tried to back off the gym on, let me see how many occasions, one, two, three occasions. And each time I backed off and went on my own, it just wasn't enough. So what I did was I went back in there and continued to stick with it. Generally, there are a lot of things that I can do on my own. And what I've realized is that let me put it this way, what I've come to realize is there's certain environments like the gym, which has equipment that I don't have. And that was that made things very, very problematic for me in terms of getting into tip-top condition. So there are instances where you need to go to certain environments to get certain things done, because the free weights and those things that I had by myself, they weren't enough. But whereas the gym, I have the pulley systems and I've got certain machines that I can target certain muscles. I was really inspired when I saw these guys in Ghana on a video. They created their own gym out of old car parts and things like that. Welcome back, Captain PY2.
Yeah, man, I was I was in the wrong one, waiting for you to take me off. I was in the backstage.
Okay.
I was sitting in there in yesterday's live stream link.
No
I was,
problem.
what the fuck is taking them so goddamn long?
The wrong one. Okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
man. Yeah, I got disconnected because I had ordered some a new what you call it, a little glass protector for your phone.
Yes.
Cause see, there's a thing that I do, man. Like when I take a shower, I put my phone inside of a Ziploc bag, so that way it's waterproof.
Okay.
So yeah, so that's what I do, man. And so it fell off the soap rack and cracked. So yeah, so I that's all I was doing. That's why, because I had to mash it down, and then all of a sudden, it disconnected me.
Okay, I understand. You know, Cap,
Yeah.
when money is tight, every cent counts. You know what I mean? Like I can't
Definitely, bro.
afford to be breaking my phone and having to pay for a new one, you know. I gotta,
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I gotta be so
yeah,
careful.
exactly, brother. Exactly. Because the phone price, even the like the one that I have, man, it's
Right.
like, okay, they don't make it anymore, but you know, they always keep sending me all kind of freaking what they call it. I can't think of the word of it. You know, where they say, well, you got this phone here, come. We see that you've been a customer for a while. We got a new phone deal. Please come check it out. I look at the price, and man, it's, oh, you know what I figured out? It's best to go ahead and buy the phone through Amazon or eBay, and then
Yes.
take it over there and have it activated.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It's all those things that add up. You know that if you were to spend $10 a day on food, that's $3,650 a year.
Yep.
All of these things add up.
And that
And
$10 of food, it could last you like maybe 2 or 3 days tops.
well, $10 worth of food sometimes is one meal at the restaurant. So there's so many
That's
different
right.
ways the money can be spent, and you
Yeah.
got to be careful.
Especially.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, especially because I started paying attention. I mean, I was paying attention, but then when I started learning how to actually use YouTube to learn things, you know, so I started spending more time on cooking channels. I said, shit, So when they say an easy recipe, they mean it's easy and it's still flavorful. You know,
Yes.
you may have to have to do some alteration, you know, to fit your taste. You know, if people don't eat pork, I'll say, well, here's a recipe for beef, turkey, chicken, whatever, or you just a vegan. And so since
You
then,
see,
shit, man, I've been cooking my own food.
every one of those skills is so important because the reality is that you know as well as I know our people really aren't being hired unless they absolutely have to, and the
Mhm.
money's tight. The
It's
money's
very tight.
tight. You know,
Yeah,
you spoke about having your vehicle and not driving much. You're right on that. If you don't have to drive, don't do it
that's right.
because the
Yeah,
cost.
yeah, yeah. Because the way how they make cars, I was watching a video yesterday about because I was like reminiscing about the cars back in the yesteryears. You know how things was it was made out of steel. It's plain and simple. You know, even the owner, if he's mechanically inclined, they go in there and just do the repair themselves. But now they got the cars nowadays. Now
Right.
they design it where they forcing you to take it in to get it fixed because you don't have the tools, you don't know the technology of it, and all of a sudden you see the bill. I said, "Hold on, motherfucker, this is a heart surgery bill." Now, I can't. I brought it in
That's right.
yeah, you know what I mean? I'm like, shit. So that's why I don't drive it that much, man. Until I get my money up, and then I start driving it.
I don't blame you because when I look at certain things now, let's say there's something that I'm interested in, I have to now go through my finances and check to see if this is something I can manage.
Yeah, man.
Like, I don't make any moves like, yeah, I'm just going to get it. Like, go to manage it. Otherwise, I'm not touching it. Because when push comes to shove, it can be really, really rough. The other vehicle that I had, Cap, I hung on to it as long as I could. I had it for 8 years. I hung
Mhm.
on to it. And then when it was finally finished, then I moved on to this vehicle. But you gotta be
Yeah,
careful. A lot of our people are just
that's right.
downright stupid. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Some of my people they just want to buy a car because how it looks. I said, no, you better worry about how it performs. You
right.
know, because the looks it don't matter to me as long as it gets from A to B, from B to C, or wherever, how far I'm going, my destination is and stuff. So like my last car, man, shit, man, I had that car for like almost shit. I say maybe 15 years, man, and I
Wow.
hated to let it go
Oh,
because it still had it because it was still under. It was still on. I did a lot of driving in it, but it was still under 100 and I mean not. Yeah, it was like a little bit over 150,000 miles, man.
okay.
The only problem was the electronics. Something happened. I don't know, and I'm not gonna spend a lot of money trying to pay somebody to find out, pinpoint it, and fix it. So,
I know
man,
what you're saying.
and I mean, this is like my second car, but this car right here, I took a picture of that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Cause it did. I never had problems with it whatsoever. Cause I made sure that I changed the oil, the spark plugs, all that stuff. It was easy to do.
I know when the vehicles are so valuable to you, you have to take a picture. I took a picture of the last vehicle that I have. You know.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Along with the picture, I still got one of the keys. And the guy said, the salesman said, "Where's the other key?" I said, "Man, I don't know. I loaned my car out, and they lost that key." And so I lied to him. I said, "I still got that key right there on the hook." When I walk past that bitch, almost every day. My eyes almost water up.
Speaking of the key, I have the key from the last vehicle I had and the one
Yeah,
before that I had. I've got the key.
yeah,
Yeah, those
yeah,
those vehicles mean a lot to me
yeah, yeah.
because when I
And I know some
go
women.
ahead,
Go
sorry,
ahead,
go ahead.
brother. Go ahead, brother.
I was gonna say because when I traded my one in, I told the woman. She said something about the keys. I said, you know what? This vehicle has meant a lot to me. I'm gonna give you
Yeah,
one key. and I'm gonna keep the other one. She says, okay, no problem. We could say it was lost. I said, well, say whatever you like,
Yeah,
but I'm holding this. Oh, it
yeah,
means a
because you know
lot
what
to
they did with
me.
the vehicle. Once they got custody, not custody, but ownership of the vehicle. You know what they sent it to the damn the yard to get it crushed up. To make a new car. We know that. You
Yeah.
know, and stuff. And so I said, man, you don't know you let it go of a good car. If you just have just repair the interior a little bit, and find out the electrical shortening, the car is still good for another couple, 100,000 miles. But I know you gonna go get it smashed up. But
Yeah, the thing with mine was that it was giving a lot of problems towards the end. And the problems that
mhm.
it was giving was problems that were problems that essentially had to go on a lift. And they were very,
Oh,
very, like for instance, the exhaust manifold, the left side and the right side went. Like one went
mhm.
one week and the other one went the next week. And thing is that the bolts in that get seized and you need special bits to dig them out, and you know what I mean.
Right. Yeah,
I couldn't deal with that.
because over there in Canada, since I deal with snow, I'm pretty sure they use a lot of salt and sand
Yes,
on the roads. And so all that
yes,
shit, it starts eating at the metal. Yeah, I got you, bro.
yes. And the body was running away. One of the things I
Yeah,
slacked on was I didn't wash the vehicle. Here you got to wash your vehicle at least every week, wash
yeah.
underneath it. And also, if you see any part of the vehicle that chipped and the metal is exposed, cover it with paint.
Cover it
That's what
up.
I do. Yeah.
Yeah, yep. Cover it up.
And
I feel you, man.
oh
I know it's
yes,
hell. I know it's hell to maintain a vehicle up there. It's when it's always extreme cold and snow,
right.
ice. Yeah, I got you, brother.
This time around, I've
Yeah,
got
man.
rust proofing, so I'm going to make sure I protect the body of this vehicle because the other
Yeah, man.
one, it was. Let me tell you, year one I had it because I bought it used. Year one I had it, no problem. Year two, year three, no, year four, year five, no problems. Around year four, I think around year four, I had to change the transmission, and then I got
Uh-huh.
after that, and then all I did was general stuff, oil change,
Mhm.
brakes, very very general stuff, change the starter,
Uh,
very very
Right.
general stuff. Yeah, but I worked
I
that.
feel you,
I
man.
worked that vehicle. Sometimes I would carry bricks. Sometimes I would carry heavy wood. Other times I would carry garbage. You name it, I did it. You know,
Hmm.
one time I picked up
Yeah,
some
because that
stuff.
that that was your livelihood, right? Your machine for your livelihood.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Back and forth between the dump. I would work in the winter time, in the snow, in the summertime, in the heat, in the rain. Whew.
Yeah. I know, brother. I
Yeah.
feel you. I do.
That's how
Man,
much
I
I
do feel you. I
hated being
mean,
under people. Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
hell yeah, hell yeah. I know what you mean, man. I guess it depends on because every place that you live in, like it's a pro and con to everywhere you live at. You
Yes.
know, so like I said, man, I'm glad that I can deal with the cold, but man, not that freezing cold, man. Like shit, man, because as you get older, man, that cold really affects your bladder. It really
Yeah.
does. You know what I'm saying? And over
Yes.
here in America, man, you can't pull over on the side of the road to relieve yourself. You know?
Exactly. Jamaica, nobody cares. They're like, whatever.
Yeah, man. See, it's a body, it's a natural body function. You gotta go, you gotta go. And but yeah, man, but yeah, living up there in Canada, anywhere where it's cold, like no, nah. Well, sir, we'll pay you. Your salary will be at least like 6 figures, 7 figures. I don't give a shit. I ain't moving up there. You
Yeah.
know that?
Go ahead. Sorry.
Because I mean, because the cold will give me an attitude to those people. How you doing, sir? How you doing, sir? Fuck you. It's cold. That's how I feel. oh shit, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I said, it ain't your fault. It's not your fault. I'm just, I'm used to warmth.
Yeah, it's one of the things here is that for me, I make sure that I'm in my work gear. I have my neck covered, my head covered, my hands covered, and that helps to
Yeah,
combat the arthritis. Because
right.
if you go out
Yeah,
there
brother.
like you're in your t-shirt, and a lot of people here have arthritis, people in the early 20s,
Yeah,
because they don't dress
yeah,
properly.
man. Yeah. Hey, so the clothing that you use is it insulated?
Yes, so I wear this overall type of thing. It's a company called
Yeah.
Dickies. It's a full body
Okay.
overall. Yeah,
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
insulation. And then
Right.
I have
Right.
stuff underneath it. I wear two hoodies underneath it. I wear other stuff underneath it to keep me warm.
Yeah.
And I wear the work boots. Very
So
few
you might have to
guys
wake up
do it.
like
Sorry, go
so
ahead.
you might have to wake up like 15 minutes early just to get dressed.
Yeah, yeah. One of the things that I copied from these guys that I've been checking on these different channels is to get up every morning early.
Yeah.
So I'll get up in the morning at 5 a.m. every morning. There's so much you
Yeah.
can learn from the armed forces, believe me. I just watch these
Yeah.
guys and copy.
Yeah.
Get up very, very
You know,
early. Go ahead, sorry.
yeah, speaking of that, get up. I used to do that shit all the time, man. I just get up, because it is a great feeling, But then now, as I got older, no, fuck that shit. Fuck your alarm clock. Fuck you, sunshine. Fuck you. I'm gonna sleep this shit in.
I hear you.
But I need to get back on track, though. I really do.
Yeah, because one of the things I do is I get up very, very early. I get all my things prepared. I prepare my food overnight. So all I need to do
Yeah,
is just take it and throw it in the container. I have my
yeah,
clothes and everything ready. I have a change of clothes in my vehicle in case I have to go somewhere where I need to be presentable. And I
yeah.
just try to organize the stuff. I can't take the chaos, Cap. I
I
need
know,
the
brother.
order.
I
Yeah.
know. I
I,
feel you, man.
I need the order. Like I need to know that, okay, there's gas in the tank. I need to know that I've got X amount of dollars to watch the vehicle every week. I need to know
Yeah.
that, okay, at the end of the week, I clean my vehicle, vacuum,
Hmm.
wipe it down. There's a way. When you carry yourself in a respectable manner, you get a lot more done.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
And speaking on that, like here in America, man, how they always trying to change, come at, what in general, military mindset to fit back into society. I said, man, everything that they taught us is to make you a better person. And then
I
coming back in
understand.
here, it's like fucking y'all trying to change me to be a lazy, inconsiderate, cold-hearted person, you know, and we'll never fit back in. Never. I ain't gonna say all veterans,
Well,
but majority of us.
right.
Yeah,
Well, one
it's civilians that make it hard.
yes, but you see the skills that they've trained people with in the armed forces. Those are great skills if you can put together your own business. You're not going to be late.
Exactly.
You're not going to mess
Exactly,
up
bro.
because there's a focus. So I understand the
Yeah,
value of discipline.
yeah. Because I know, like I used to be on time, when I'm working for somebody else. I see that they just taking advantage of my hard work ethics and all that. All of a sudden, I just start like sliding on my time to show up on time. I say, at least I'm here. Better late than never. That's how I tell them.
You know,
Unless
I
you
learned. Go ahead. Sorry.
give me a give me a increase my pay or give me an opportunity to advance. Otherwise, I'm gonna show up late. I don't give a fuck. Fire me.
You know, for me, for years, I didn't get that part. I used to get to work on these jobs 15 minutes ahead of time and get everything ready and be ready to go. And fools would come 10, 15 minutes late. and
Yeah.
those fools would be the ones that they kept around. So
Hell
I
yeah.
know.
Because they ass kissers. That's why.
Yes,
Yeah,
they'd rather a guy suck
I mean,
up than do the job.
yeah, exactly, man. But when you there, you on time, you doing the job just as much as the other guy. Just like the ass sucker. The ass sucker's always going to get the better treatment.
All the time, and he can't do what you can do.
Hell yeah. Yeah.
All the time. Morning, sir.
But
I bought you a coffee.
Yeah.
You mean you're that low down?
I see you like to eat bear claws. I bought you one.
God.
So what are you doing? So what are you doing for the holidays, sir? We have a barbecue. You're more than welcome to come join us. Bring your family. Man, shit. Man, I tell my boss, man, fuck you, dog. We got a barbecue going on, but you're not welcome. Fire
Cap,
you want to.
exactly. Cap, if the managers and supervisors were worth anything, they would kick that guy out. So get out of here. You're here to work, not to socialize. But the managers are just as trash as them. Hey, I just came back from Cuba and I brought you a T-shirt. You mean you as an owner so low down that is what you can be bought with? A T-shirt? Help me.
Hey, and this is one thing that always works. Sometimes I lose it on the job, but there's sometimes where I say, look, partner, I see what you're doing. Don't think I don't see. You might have the other people fooled, but I see what you're doing. So you got issues with me. Hey, after the job, we can meet over here. We can have like a quote unquote conversation. So it's on you how you want to handle this situation. It's all on you. Because I come here, I'm showing you respect because of your status. But otherwise, I'm not gonna allow anybody, not even my fucking mama or my dad, whoever it is, to talk down to me.
Right.
You got that?
Right. And one of the things I find is that for many Black people, we don't take the talking down to. Other groups seem to be more comfortable with that. But generally, Black people are not going to play those games, where you can see them and talk down to them.
Yeah, especially if they really have a high self-respect for themselves.
Yes.
That's what matters the most.
You see the Black who doesn't have any self-respect, you can do anything to him. You know what I mean?
You're right.
But the history that Blacks have been through, it's like, they're not going to take these things. I see some things happen with some other groups of people, and I know as a fact, regardless of where the Black people are, most Black people aren't going to take that. I know that. And that's why a lot of times people don't really want to hire Black people, because they know that there's certain things with Black people that just aren't going to fly. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because those over you don't want to be challenged.
Right.
Be embarrassed. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, well, I'll be like, well, you started it. You know what I'm saying?
But he started it, but somehow you're wrong. You know what I mean?
Huh? Oh, right.
You see how messed up it is? He started it, but you're wrong. Those are the things I don't like. Huh?
And the ones that's right now, the ones that's so-called the so-called dominant society that's running everything, the businesses and stuff.
Right.
As they slowly lose, they're the ones they don't understand. I said something they can't. They have a fragile. Their ego is very fragile.
Over nothing.
This is the reason. And this is the reason why everything. This is the reason why everything is going downhill in this country, because of people like you. Even your race of people are going downhill. Because you're too fucking fragile. You act like you're a fucking badass, but you're not.
Right. Yeah? So if you're not that, don't do it. Just stop.
Yeah. Don't try to step to a person. You want to try and do. Act like you got the spirit of a lion, but you actually have a heart of a sheep. Don't do that shit.
I call it sheep in lion's clothing. That's what I call it.
Right. That's a new That's a T-shirt right there, bro.
That's what I call it, because all of them are trying to get on like they are actually wolves and they're sheep.
Yeah,
He makes a sound and you bark back at him, and now he's running for cover. Oh, I don't know what to do. Huh? We've got a problem.
yeah,
Let's call a meeting. He's a big
yeah.
black guy.
I'm the
know.
victim.
Right. Huh?
I did. No, I did. They won't take accountability either. They don't. That's
That's
the
right.
thing about it. They don't take accountability.
You're how can you be a victim and you own the company? Stop your
Yeah.
foolishness. It's like,
How can you be a victim? How can you be a victim when you step to the person aggressively?
right. That, oh my. Huh? You said it perfectly.
So the thing is, what I do is now, as I got older, what I do is I just laugh at them. I just laugh hard right in their face.
Sometimes that's all you can do.
Instead of getting mad, just fucking laugh at them. But give that that laughter a different spirit. Like a degrading spirit. A degrading laugh. you know.
It's tough, man.
Yeah. Man, it's like that's one of the things about being a loner. Like, because you sit back and you just observe. I said, you know what? I know how to fuck with that person's mind right there. That. So don't be emotional. Don't get angry. Just laugh in their fucking face.
It's like,
so what you want to do? Are you mad because I'm laughing?
Yeah, I work with a guy like that. Yeah, speaking of which, laughing and he's upset. There's a guy I worked with, and all throughout the time I'm there, he's dissing, he's saying all kinds of things behind my back and this and that. And I'm trying my best to work with this idiot. And one day I was away and I was there the next day. And the loser says to me, "So where were you the other day?" I ignored him. "Where were you the other day?" I said, "Listen to me. I don't have time for trash. Don't ask me anything about my business." You should have seen him like a rat. Oh, speak about rat. I got a call one time from this woman. She needed her garage cleaned out. No problem. Showed up and I cleaned out a whole bunch of stuff. There was a rat in there. So when I shook out one of the rugs, the rat jumped out. The woman practically jumped into my arms. It's weird. Anyways, she was so frightened of the rat. And one of the rats I ended up killing with a shovel. The other rat ran across the street onto somebody else's property. And you know how some of the properties have like a concrete step? There's a crevice in the concrete step and it ran underneath there. Just like these people. No problem. They're like rats. They know where to run for cover. It's instinctive.
Right. Yeah.
I've harassed Cap. Now I need to run for protection. Help! Huh? When he goes
that's
there,
how they do it.
Right. Oh, it's
That's how they
crazy,
do it.
Cap. All
And then they
kinds of
wonder
lies.
why. And then they wonder why you don't want to associate with them no more. That's okay. We're on the job. Let's keep it professional.
No, that's not.
Hey, we're going to after hours. You want come join us? Say, okay, yeah, sure, yeah, I join you. Shit, I bypass that motherfucker, head on home. Man,
right.
Go take care of myself. Man, fuck you, motherfucker. And the next day say, hey, we thought you were coming over to join us. I said, you know what? Something very important came up. I had to go. I forgot. I almost forgot my chemotherapy appointment or something like that. I just make up some bullshit.
You have to avoid those things because when you go there, they're going to be talking their garbage. And generally for me, I don't want to hear the garbage. I really don't.
And if you really look at it, because they know alcohol will relax a person. And then all they doing is collecting intel so they can run back to the higher up and snitch on you.
Right. Yeah, you see that guy Cap. Him and LMP hang out. Wonder what they do. I wonder if they're doing this. And the thing about the information that they're carrying back, it's never accurate. I can understand if you're carrying information. Make it be accurate, please.
They can't do it because they'll either leave something out or they will exaggerate it.
Yep. It's like this one guy, I had to call him a sissy. I said, you run back and forth like a sissy. Anything is said, you're carrying information. Go work for CNN. Damn idiot.
Yeah. When somebody like that whines, I would go to a 99-cent store and buy some of the cheapest ass Kotex and give it to them. And say,
That's
here you
right.
go. When you whine, pop one inside your underwears, boy.
That's crazy, man. It's
No offense
crazy.
to the women, but I'm just saying to the guys, I say, you whine like a motherfucker, dude. God damn, man, the fuck up, please.
This guy would run.
I can't
Sorry,
respect you as a man. The way how you whine. Shut the fuck up.
No, nobody wants to be around them. And they're never talking about anything sensible. I'll give you an example.
Nothing at all.
Came across this guy. He's running his mouth about how he's in this business, and he, picks up tires. And they're so stupid when they talk. Tells me that he spends $6,000 a month to lease a truck. I'm thinking, what's wrong with this dummy? $6,000 a month. You could buy the truck, you idiot.
No shit.
Lease a truck.
Fucking genius.
Yeah. This guy is crazy.
But,
$6,000.
There's a lot of nicknames, that we used to call each other in the military. Well, I can't say the other branches, but Marines, we always, when somebody say something stupid, it's like, hey man, you see that rock over there? Go pick it up, put it in your pocket. That's your ID.
Right.
Shit like that.
Yes.
Like my little niece. She's a little darling, chunky little girl. She get up in that teen age where she's trying to challenge uncle.
Okay.
And so I came with a nickname. I said, look, Spoon, I suggest that you go ahead and check your attitude. What do you mean by spoon? Because every time I come to your house, you're always in the kitchen with a spoon in your hand. Spoon,
Okay.
Don't say that. See, just like I don't like being disrespected by you. You don't like being called Spoon, huh?
I get it.
Yeah.
Welcome back, Afro.
Oh, hey, y'all. Sorry, I left. I was
No,
that's all right there. Hey, but LP, in
Afrocentric.
I'm sorry, but I gotta go, man. I gotta try and tighten up before I do my live stream this evening and stuff. So
okay.
I got after the live stream, then I gotta cook.
Yeah,
No problem.
I'll be there, Cap. I'll be there.
Well, thank you very much, Cap. And I will tune in as well,
yeah,
definitely.
What time,
Well,
Cap?
I'll try to hurry. I can't give you a time, sister. I
Okay.
can't give you a time. As fast as I can do my head and everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I'll be there to
But
support you.
otherwise, I'll leave it up because what I'm trying to do is watch out for my cussing when I go on live streams now, because man, beforehand I used to just cuss my ass off, but now I'm trying to pull back on it.
Right.
Anyway, y'all, I'll see y'all there. Y'all have a good live stream, and thanks for inviting me, LMP.
Anytime,
All right,
Cap.
Cap.
Anytime.
I'll see you later.
But Afrocentric, can you just give me 2 minutes? I just gotta step away.
yes,
I'll
sir.
be right back.
Yep. Okay.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry about the delay.
Hey, okay.
So,
No,
yeah, I was just talking, Kat.
I was looking at my phone in the car, and I seen that. I don't know if it's just on the phone that they can do with this thing that you're using. Um, I can see the chat, but I can't see the chat on my laptop. So I don't know. Is that for you too, or you probably can see the chat?
Well,
Because I'm in
yeah, I can see
StreamYard,
it
I'm
on.
not in YouTube anymore. So I don't know if you could see the same thing I was seeing on my phone.
Okay, I've never used it on the phone, but I can
Oh,
see
okay.
the chat. It's just
Oh, you can
basically
see it?
us here. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
it's just
No,
basically
I'm just
us.
saying, you know how on YouTube, like you can see people chatting at the same time. Because if I'm on StreamYard, because right now I'm just on StreamYard, I can't see
Okay,
the chat. But when I was on my
okay.
phone, I was on my phone on StreamYard, and I could see YouTube's chat on StreamYard. So I don't know if that's something new that they did. I don't know.
Maybe it's an update that they've done because
Yeah, yeah,
y- they're always updating the apps. Like for me,
right.
I can see the chat, but sometimes the YouTube chat is a little bit faster
Okay.
than the chat that I've got.
Oh yeah,
But yeah,
yeah.
so
Okay.
I can see it. So if there's
It
any,
could be just an okay, okay, because I
okay,
can't see it on my laptop either. But yep.
okay, or maybe yours needs to update or something. I'm not sure
Yeah. Yep.
because it went from free to the
Mm-hmm.
Hangouts and then it
Mm-hmm.
goes to this,
Yeah. It's
and I
always
couldn't
something
figure
new.
out some of the stuff. Yeah,
Yeah, it's hard to keep up with YouTube, man. I've been kind of out of it for a while. Like even my own channel, I haven't really been putting out much. I've been working so much, so I don't have time. Like,
I
don't
know
really have much time.
things do come up, and you know, some people live on it. It's a good way
Yeah.
for me to communicate. Because,
Mm-hmm.
like I said, I don't really talk to clowns in my city. I really don't.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much it.
Yeah. I understand.
And layoffs are coming very, very soon. I've seen this trend all throughout my life.
Mm-hmm.
Christmas time, some company, big company, is going to lay people off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Around this time of year.
They did that at Air Canada a couple years ago. They laid off a
Mm-hmm.
lot of people.
Yeah. It's a shame. That's why you always got to have a whole bunch of different strings of. If you can make different streams of income, just try to do that. That's
Yes,
the best way to protect yourself from everything out here.
yes, I remember.
Somebody drop you, you got something else. They
E-
drop you, you got something else.
exactly. I remember a number of years ago, they've got this international singer called Celine Dion, a
Yeah.
Canadian singer. They love her in Jamaica.
hmm
Jamaicans are very sentimental at times. They
Yeah.
they
Yeah. I like
remix her
Celine.
music to reggae. Yeah, they love her.
Yeah. I like Celine Dion.
Me too. And they treated them to a Celine Dion performance. Shortly
hmm
after that, they must have fired 10,000 people.
Oh wow. They
Yeah,
treated them to a performance and then they laid them off.
that's
Wow.
right.
That's a messed up.
Yep,
Yeah.
they got rid of them.
That's why I
So
always tell people, man, don't never depend on one income. Don't never depend on two. Get three, four if you can.
you just don't know where your bread is coming from.
Mm-hmm.
I've
Yep.
seen. I'm just looking at people now, and I'm taking notes. People just about to reach retirement to get their package, and the company's stabbing them in the back.
Yeah. These companies don't care.
Right.
I know a lady at my job. She's been there 18 years, and she's like, she's under the manager. She's under the owner. She's like the owner's assistant. So like, how they come up with these positions that are like non-existent. There's no assistant manager there, but she's basically like the assistant manager because she's been there so long. So she's like under the owner. She's the owner's like assistant. So she tries to play both sides. Oh, I can't stand the boss. She gets on my nerves. She's a
Mm,
fat pig and all this stuff. But then she'll come to us and try to befriend us. And then I'm sure she does the same thing to the owner and tells the owner stuff that the owner wants to know about people.
yes.
If she don't like somebody, she'll try to get them fired. So all that
Yes.
crap. I tell them, I said, listen, man, I'm neutral. I don't bother with these people. I don't talk to y'all outside of work. I don't care about what goes on here when I'm not here. I'm just here to work. And they try to I told them plenty of times, I said, I'm what do you call it? I'm not a social person. I said I'm a what do you call those people?
Antisocial.
Yeah, I said I was antisocial, but I didn't use antisocial. I said I'm an introvert, which I
Okay.
kind of am. I kind of am an introvert, especially when I don't know people. So
Right.
I give
Okay.
you the respect to say good morning or hi or whatever, and that's about it. You know, especially when I don't know people. So I told people I'm an introvert just to keep people away from me. Like, stay away from me.
Right.
The job is the last place that I ever want to be. I just want to work. That's it. And
Me
people don't
too.
want to just work at the job.
They want everything else but that.
Yeah, so I'm like, I don't care about the drama. I don't care. It doesn't affect me. I don't care. They just try to push it on you. Like,
And when you hold your own and say, "Look, I'm just here to do my own thing.
yeah,
Here's the counter." Oh,
Mhm.
he thinks he's better. She thinks she's better than us.
Yeah, she thinks she's better. And I told them I'm an introvert, and they kind of just still tried to push themselves on me. I'm like, do you want to go hang out with us on a Friday night to get some drinks? No. Y'all are
Like
the
Cap,
last people I ever want to be caught dead with. The people
right?
at my job.
Like Cap said, they're looking for intel now.
These are like people I can't stand.
I know. I
I
know.
don't know. I don't know these companies that people they just feel, oh, we're so close. We worked together for years. These people are so phony. I don't want to bother with y'all. Y'all throw me under the bus every chance you can get. And then smile on my face when, good morning.
Those dogs.
How was your weekend? I can't stand her.
Right.
Did you
Those
see what she brought in
dogs.
for lunch?
Those dogs. Oh,
And then wait, when everybody goes into the lunch cafeteria area and when like the boss is in there, my boss she'll eat in the cafeteria or whatever. She's the owner because she's at our building because one of the people had quit. Somebody had quit. So the owner has to be there. So she's like in the cafeteria. And whenever I go in the cafeteria and I see her, I'm out. I don't want to I don't want to socialize with people, but I for sure, damn sure don't want to socialize with the owner. I don't want to be around you either. You're the main one. I don't want to. So some people just like, oh, why don't you want to sit in there? So I don't want to sit with her. She's the boss. I don't want to sit with her because she talks about crazy, just stupid stuff. So whenever I see her, I just leave. She's like, oh, you don't want to sit with me? I'm like, I'm okay. I got to get something out of my car.
it's a smart move because anything that you say to this idiot is going
Yeah.
to be taken the wrong way.
Yeah. And the owner, she's like bipolar. One day she's saying this, next day she's saying that. So I'm like, I'm not going to sit and kiss your butt like a lot of these people. Number one, you're not going to give me a raise. Number
We
two,
know
there's
that.
nothing coming. You know, I don't need to sit in here and just do the fake laugh.
And that's where a guy like me always was never in favor. I am not going to be running behind anybody, and I'm
Yeah.
not running from anybody. If you
Mhm.
want to fight, I'm going to stand and fight you.
Mhm.
But I'm not gonna. So you're the owner now. One of the things they do here, it's like their code of conduct. Owner comes in, everybody look busy. What kind of foolishness is this? Hmm? Fat Pete who sleeps all day, suddenly he's picking up a broom and he's sweeping.
He's picking up a broom.
Yeah, he's sweeping. Sharon who tells lies is typing on the computer. What is this? A slave plantation? Stop.
Somebody's finally doing some work.
Yeah. And then when the owner leaves, then they go back to their foolish. I don't have time for that. I'll start acting. I go on Young and the Restless or something. I don't have time for
Everybody want to
that.
work when the owner's coming in.
Right.
One lady, she's a nurse there. She's a nurse where I work at, right? She's
Okay.
annoying. She's so phony. She talks about everybody behind her back. Like we all just figured out that she's talking bad about everybody because people talk. So I said she does it to everybody. So I'm not offended. Like I don't get offended. People talk about you. Like why you get so mad? These people are not your friends. So why are you even? You know what I mean?
You see, for me, it took me a while to understand that they're all trash.
Yeah.
When I figured that out, you're right. Certain things didn't come as a surprise to me. But towards the end, I was throwing things right back on them. Like I said to a guy, I know you talk garbage about me, so you need to stop your foolishness. Or sometimes I would send messages. I said, you see, you and the rest of the pieces of garbage here, the toilet is where you belong. Spread that around.
Flush.
That's right. Spread it around. And then they would, shrivel up. It's like, I don't have time for that. And for me, quite frankly, I don't want to be hanging out
Yeah.
Bunch of
And you know,
dudes after work.
Yeah.
Go right
Especially
ahead. Yeah.
somebody you work with all day. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I just want to go home and relax.
You know what? Exactly. There's so many of these guys. Let's say you're a guy who's not about anything. Fine. But even just to chill out and be normal, you can't do that. You're useless.
Yeah.
Like you can't just say, "All right, we're gonna hang out and have a good time." No, you're carrying news carrying idiots. You know?
Mm-hmm.
It's like one guy, I'll never forget. He's coming around. I said, "Why are you coming around here? Why don't you go stay in your section?"
Mm-hmm.
Hey, man, I'm just trying to be social. Didn't I tell you I don't like you?
People still try to push themselves on you,
Right.
even when you just deny them. Like, I just told you I'm an introvert, so that means don't talk to me. Like,
That's a smooth
don't
move.
bother trying to tell me your sad weekend that you had. Don't tell me about your husband leaving you. I don't care.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Or they'll say these things to try and fish.
Uh-huh.
So they'll say, "I'm really struggling." And you're supposed to come in and say, "Me too."
Uh-huh. Yeah. They
Tell
want
me
to hear your
more.
sad story. I
Right.
know.
And then run with it.
Mm-hmm.
And some of the stuff, I remember there was a guy at a security company I worked at. He had just gotten married. He had just gotten into a new house. The man was overjoyed.
Mm-hmm.
Trust me, in a short period of time, they had him fired.
Oh, wow. Oh,
Not
man.
because he
That's
wasn't
horrible.
performing properly, but the jealousy.
Yeah, jealous.
That's what they did to the man. Yeah.
Mm,
Oh,
same
he's
thing
married.
happens.
A lot of them
Same
at that
thing.
company were.
The same
Tell
thing
me more.
happens in families too. The same thing
Hmm.
happens with families too. Like if you buy a house and your brother finds out, he's jealous of you.
That's unfortunate.
And I'm not saying every family
That's
is like that, but a
unfortunate.
lot of people, a lot of this stuff happens
A
in family.
lot.
A lot of the stuff that happens with like people that we work with or whatever. A lot of this stuff happens right in the family, right in the bloodline. People are jealous, they're vindictive, they're hating, they're jealous. I see it every day.
What I don't like is, I'm not saying all, but what I don't like is you'll have an older person, let's say somebody 60s, 70s,
Uh-huh.
and they've experienced life,
Right.
and they are encouraging people to go down the wrong road. Like
Really?
you're an older man and you've seen life. You can't say to a younger person, "Hey man, save up your money and stop this renting." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey
Yeah.
man, put your money together and see if you can get some investments.
Mm-hmm.
No, you want to see them destroyed. I hate that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, because you know what? Some older people out here in their 60s and 70s, they made a lot of bad choices in their life and they don't, there's no going back doing it over again. So they figure, hey, I failed in life, so I might as well drag somebody down with me. No, you're supposed to always encourage, especially the young people,
Right.
always encourage them to do better in life. Because that's all
Right.
you got to do. You got to shoot for the stars. You don't want to be a loser.
That's right. But some of these guys, it's like, come
Just
on.
be hopeless. Like, what kind of life is that to live?
Right.
Just try to do the best you can do, man.
You know, I had a conversation with this guy who I had met in a factory back in the day, and we were talking, and he basically found my number again and called me up, and we got to be talking. And I'm always talking about business, and and generally I don't entertain this argument, but I said, I'm gonna see what he's going on with this. So he said, "Oh, you're in business. So how much money do you have?" I generally don't answer to that. I said, "Listen, in savings, I have just under 500,000. Not true. You know what I mean? Just to say that.
Uh-huh. Wow.
You should have seen how the line went dead.
Uh-huh.
I don't have no 500,000, but I said just under 500,000.
Uh-huh.
No such thing. I don't have money like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The line went dead.
Uh-huh. Uh,
It's like, wow. But he's a fool because guess what? He's married to this woman. He's not a fool to be married, but he's married to this woman. He took the equity out of the house under the woman's nose
wow.
and picked up another property. And the other
Damn.
property is failing.
Mm-hmm.
And she has no clue. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead. Finish talking.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and she has no clue
Yeah.
as to what's happened.
Same
I'm not
thing
trying to
with me.
sound like a paranoid person. Go ahead.
The same company, the company that I'm working for, the lady been in business for about over 18 years. The company's been there over 18 years. I don't know exactly the number of how many years the company's been in business, but the owner of the company that I work for, she's a Spanish lady, Puerto Rican actually. So she was
Okay.
married to a guy, and I don't know if he was white. He could have been Spanish like her. I don't know, but I think he was a white guy. So she married him. She was part of the business, kind of like in the background, helping out with stuff. Not really anything like big in the company, but she was the owner's wife. So she eventually divorced him. I don't know why or how. What was the story with the divorce? But she apparently took the company from him because it was his company, and now the company's just not doing good.
Interesting.
So I'm like, wow, you.
Okay.
I don't know what happened in the divorce settlement, so I'm not going to say like, but from what I know and what I heard, that the company was the husband's company and it was thriving and it was doing good. And then she came along, and I don't know if she wanted it. I guess she wanted it because she has it now, but or maybe he gave it to her. I don't know. But I'm like, now the company's just flopping now. It's kind of just getting by. So I'm like,
Yeah, a
look
lot
at
of things
that.
in
I don't like
business
ugly.
got yeah, a lot of things in business aren't written on paper like you can read up. Like a lot of the things come from experience and
Yeah.
essentially trial and error. Like I'll give you an example.
Mm-hmm.
There's a move that they will do in business. These guys, I've seen it to be specific. These guys have a location. The location makes money. This, that, the other. So they say that they're putting up the location for sale. It's not the location that they're selling, but they're selling the business itself. The location is a lease. And you're thinking, wow, this is a business that, guess what? People are coming in and out. So you get in there. These pieces of garbage in the background tell all of their clientele, yeah, we sold the business, but these aren't good people. So now you're stuck with this business that doesn't make any money.
Oh, wow.
Then they reappear and buy it back.
Get out of here.
Yeah. And then continue their nonsense.
Wow.
So
That's why
that's
you
a
gotta
move.
always beware of people that's trying to sell something. They're selling it for a reason.
Exactly.
I mean, there could be a good reason why somebody's selling the business, as far as maybe they're relocating or whatever. But a lot of the times, they're selling it because the location is bad and they're not getting that traffic that they want. It's a lot of
Yes.
reasons. Yeah, that's why I say you can't jump at everything that you see, because everything glitter is not gold. It's a reason behind it. Like somebody's selling a car. They're selling the car because there's a reason why there's somebody selling the car.
Yes.
You know?
And then you have to watch the landlord. That's why ownership is the best.
Mm-hmm.
You got to watch the landlord. Oh, so you're
Mhm.
making money. You've
Mm-hmm.
got a 5-year lease.
Yep.
5-year lease finishes, and instead of $3,500 a month, the landlord wants $5,000 a month.
Mm-hmm. They raise the rent.
Right. But he's dumb because look. Sorry, go ahead.
Especially when they find out that your business is thriving and you got a good business, they're gonna raise that rent high as they can raise it.
Because to me, if I'm the landlord and you're making money in there and the business is popping off, I'm not gonna touch your rent. I want you to stay.
Right. Yeah.
I knew of these black people. They lived in an apartment. Well, it's one of those mini apartment buildings, I think with 3 or 4 floors.
Mm-hmm.
And they had been in there at that time for approximately 20 something years, paying $700 and something. per month. The sons had a little drama. There was a little bit of a fight there.
Mm-hmm.
He evicted them to charge double the rent. You know how long that place was empty?
Oh wow, really?
All I would have said to them is, you guys need to behave and continue
Mm-hmm.
to collect the rent.
Yeah.
I would rather $750 a month in my pocket for the
Mhm.
next 30, 40 years than to try and double it
Oh yeah.
and get nothing.
Mm-hmm. Oh wow,
So
they tried
the
to double it
greed,
up.
the
That's
greed
what people
messes
get for
people
being so
up.
greedy.
And I've seen
Everybody's just
around
want and
very
they know
quickly,
like
like
real estate is where it's
there's a
at
place
out here
also over
today.
here
You know what I
where
mean?
it's a really nice restaurant, beautiful
Mm-hmm.
restaurant,
Mm-hmm.
but the lease is too high. Nobody's touching it
Uh-huh. Yeah. It's gonna
with the
sit there.
bar and everything. It's just
Uh-huh.
too high.
You just sit in limbo.
Yes.
I
So
see
you
so
gotta
many
watch.
properties out my way that just sitting
Right.
empty. Nobody can afford it. Nobody wants to take it on.
Right.
Well, you have people that probably
Exactly.
can afford it. They're just like,
Like a lease.
why? Yep.
Right. Because what, you're going to work to pay the lease? Let's say the lease is $10,000 a month with utilities and everything. What are you
Uh-huh.
going to sell to make $10,000 a month? Very difficult.
Yeah.
Another guy just
Uh-huh.
took a lease on this big place. And guess what? For the whole day, sometimes all he makes is $200.
Uh-huh.
And the lease
Yeah.
is thousands. So
It's up and down, man. That's why people
yeah.
some people want to get the properties, but if you could sell e-commerce and get an online business, like something what I do, if you're selling a physical product, some people try to jump to get the store and it doesn't work out.
Honestly, when it comes to having the retail space, you better be making serious money before you go over to that.
Oh yeah. Some people just
Otherwise,
do it because they're rushing. They haven't
yes,
if I ever got to the point where I want to open up a little store, I better be doing, like you're saying, I better be doing damn good. I better be bringing in at least 10,000 a month or more for me to open up a store.
exactly,
That's just what I'm saying.
exactly.
I gotta be
Because
bringing in. That's just my personal goal. If I open up a little spot for my products, and I'm talking about years down, I gotta be bringing in 10,000 a month or more for me to even act like I want to open up a spot. I gotta be doing real good, and 10,000 is pretty good for me.
oh
You know?
yes, oh yes. Years ago, a guy told me this. He said, "Look, if you're looking to get into a retail location, see if you can find something that has a lease to own option."
Right.
So you don't throw away all this money all these years. So there's some kind of clause where you can turn that over into ownership.
Mm-hmm.
They still do have stuff like that, but to see if that's a possibility, because
Right.
I've seen so many things and so many people go into these businesses and they're wrecked. I'll tell you right now, the car garage franchises
Mm-hmm.
here are the worst.
Oh, really?
Because guess what? They throw you into a location. You have to pay for this. You have to pay for that. You have to pay for the other.
Mm-hmm.
They're not signing any lease with you for less than 5 years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
5 years, you suffer and lose.
you're stuck. Yeah.
And then then you come out and another person take it. So I took it for 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
I lose. You take it for 5 years. You lose. Nah, man, I'm telling you. This is a dangerous, dangerous situation.
Yeah, it's hard out
And
here.
I love business.
Mm-hmm.
I love being my own boss.
Yeah.
You gotta watch out.
Yeah,
No.
you do. 'Cause some people jump in, they might be in e-commerce, like I'm doing selling a product, but they're like, oh,
You're
I'm gonna get
breaking up a little.
store.
Yeah.
Like you have to do your research, Am I still breaking up?
Exactly. Now I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, people just jump into it and not do their research.
You gotta watch out, because what's happening is a lot of people savings are losing it.
For me to want to open up a store,
Sorry,
like
you
I
broke up a little bit.
for me to want to open up a store, I got to be bringing in at least 10 to 20 a month. And that's going to take a while for that to happen, but you never know, man.
Well, guess what? I always say that you wouldn't be the first person to become rich. So it's
Right.
possible. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah.
Like if the whole world was poor, you could say, okay, well, I can't see myself being rich. But when you
Mhm.
see people who have money, there is a possibility for you to have money too.
Because I look on Instagram a lot. I watch a lot of women, black other business owners who started just like me from nothing, a couple
Yeah.
$100, and they're millionaires, like literally.
Yes.
So it's
And the
possible
black
for
people
anybody.
spend.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's possible for anybody to strike it rich. It's possible. It takes work, but it's
Yes.
possible for anybody. You can't say, "Oh no, it won't be me." It damn well better be me. It's going to be me.
Right. Right. Because what I see is a lot of lazy people who are not willing to
Yeah.
put in the work
Mhm.
or put up the investment.
Yeah. A lot of people, they don't have the hope. They're lazy. They don't want to put in. You got to put in the work to get something out of it. You can't say, "Oh, I didn't make no money." There's times that people that start like me. There's months that I don't make money at all. Like literally, that happens sometimes.
Yes, because I've been in business for quite some time and there have been days where
Yeah.
no money comes in.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to be able to know how to handle that too.
Yeah.
Especially if I have a job. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep my job around until things start really popping off. But you have to know that in business, money is not just gonna lay at your foot and say, "Here, I'm coming to you today." Like, no, you got to go out there and get it.
Yeah, and I've also learned certain things from doing business that you have to be willing to do certain things other people are not. Like I know of
Mhm.
guys, they're only going to travel within a certain range.
Right.
There are times where I'd get a call from a customer and the job is an hour away.
Uh-huh.
And I go and I deal with them and they refer me and I get a job off of their referral or
Uh-huh.
10 or 15, which is
Yeah.
next door to me. People
Uh-huh.
know people,
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Just today I got a call from a customer for a business that I used to do and he was saying to me he hasn't spoken to me in a while. I think I haven't heard from him in about 2 or 3 years, but they
Mhm.
remember the good service. And I said to him, you got to try and find an alternative because I can't get involved in that
Uh-huh.
business anymore. Just
Right.
because the time I used to deal with him, I had a very, very good rate.
Okay.
So when I'll tell you the story about him. There's a woman that I had come into contact with as a customer,
Mm-hmm.
and he was the contractor on the job. And I met with her the first time and loaded the stuff up, got paid, no problem. Second time I met with her, and then I met the guy the second time. He was very skeptical. Like
Uh-huh.
he was trying to figure out how's this guy doing it so cheap? But I had a deal to dump so I could do it very cheap.
Right.
And he's like looking all skeptical. The third, fourth time, he's kind of still skeptical. And then I got a call from him. I didn't know this guy would get involved with me. I got a call from him and I went over to see him. And when he realized that the work was good, he continued to call me. So fast forward to today, I got a call from him and I had to say to him, I don't have the same rate anymore, so I'm out of that business. So
Yeah.
we find an alternative. But people remember the good work. So if you
Uh-huh.
got a good soap, people remember that.
Yeah, they sure will. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
they'll find you.
Yeah, they will. Yeah. That's why with the customers, a lot of my customers I'm getting just from people at my job. And they're like, "Oh, I like it. I like it." I'm like, "Thanks." People will always remember. I sold a couple bars to people and they came back and looking for more. And I'm like, people are more getting away from the toxic stuff and they want to try to.
It's very nice. It's
And
very
that's how you
nice.
keep them in there because they'll keep coming back. If it's a good deal and they like it, they're like, I want to keep going to her. That's how you build your clientele up.
Oh, yes. Because look at Dove and all these other companies
Yeah.
with all the stuff in them. You can do very, very well in this market.
Uh-huh.
And the cool thing is that the things you need to do the stuff are readily available.
Yeah, they sure are.
So it's
And
good.
people,
I've been looking at stuff. Go ahead.
yeah,
Sorry.
and people are into the whole. You're not. I don't have this big Dove warehouse where I got this big giant tank where I'm making all this Dove soap. Like I used to use Dove soap. I used to use Dial. I only used Dial and Dove. Those were the two only soaps I ever used. So I was like, I can make this myself. You know what I'm saying?
Good move. For me, I use Ivory right now,
Uh-huh.
but they're even saying Ivory has too much chemical. I don't
Well,
know
every
what to do.
soap does. Every soap out there does. Shampoos, everything has stuff in it. If you
Mm,
get to the point where you want to try to do better for yourself, 'cause I know you're in Canada, so you can get all that stuff yourself and make your own stuff.
true. And I can
Mhm.
also support you too. I
Oh
can
yeah. Because I
put
know you're
together.
in Canada, so I didn't know. I know Canada. I know that I don't know what the shipping rates and stuff are out there, so I never
Okay.
considered that.
Well, I can see what I can do in terms of supporting you too, because I hate to
Oh, okay.
talk and not support. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I appreciate it.
So
Thank you.
definitely,
Okay.
definitely.
I'm gonna
Like,
send you my link to the website. You just look at
sure.
it and see.
No
See.
problem, no problem. And I can also spread it around to
Yeah,
other
thank
people.
you.
Not a
Yeah.
problem. Because
Yeah.
money from all sorts of different sources is great.
Yeah, because it was a lady. Remember that girl that I was talking about in Canada, the chick Tony Daly, that with the husband and all that stuff. I'm gonna
Okay.
buy. She does the wigs. She
Okay.
sells the wigs, natural hair, like natural wigs that look natural, like the natural.
Right.
So I'm into that. I'm into that. So I was gonna buy one from her the other day, right? So
Okay.
I'm on there with my credit card, and since it's in Canada, they blocked it. My bank account blocked it because they thought it was fraud. Like you know, what I'm saying?
Oh,
You buy things from other countries or whatever. So that my card had blocked it. But support her. I want to support other black businesses if I'm able to. And she's all the way in Canada, and I think the shipping was like $10, which was
okay.
expensive. But I'm like, no, I'll buy it from her because I'm sure I can find another wig at the Chinese store and get it probably a little bit cheaper. But I said, no, I'm a supporter, because I've been watching her for a long time, and I said, no, I'll support her.
Here's the thing. It's funny you mention her. I don't quite understand certain
Uh-huh,
things with her.
uh-huh,
And this is not as a diss, but
uh-huh.
I don't understand certain things. Number one, what I don't understand is what is the nature of why she's fallen apart with this guy? What's his side of the story?
I know nobody knows. You'll never know. You'll never know. You'll never know because he's not talking. You know what I'm saying?
The other thing also is that she seems to be very Afrocentric, if you will, at this
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
But why is the man a black man? I'm not saying who can be with who, but
Mhm.
some of those things that are transpiring, I don't quite understand.
Yeah, she was with him for like almost 20 years.
Right.
So I don't know. It's
So,
weird.
so I don't understand. And she refers to the grown man as the boy.
The boy, that's his name. I guess he his name he served up to the name the boy because he sounded like to be a boy. But like you said, you don't know. It's two sides to a story.
Yeah, I just didn't understand. And I'm
Uh-huh,
going to tell you the truth. I just don't understand what's going
uh-huh,
on.
uh-huh.
Period.
Yeah, and I couldn't put all my business out there for the world.
Right.
I just couldn't do that. I'm just not. That's not my thing.
And then she's now saying that she just wants to be around black people.
Uh-huh.
So I don't understand.
Yeah, she's playing herself. The things that she's saying now, she's just not making much sense because she's mad at him now. So now she wants to go back to black.
Yeah, I don't.
Did you see that video when she was like, "I'm going back to black"? I'm like, you sound like an idiot.
Yeah, I didn't catch. Yeah, I know she's having her issues. I understand that, and maybe her getting it off her chest like this is helpful for her. But I just don't
No, because
understand.
I think she sees that a lot of YouTubers that I don't know for some reason this interracial thing is like popular on YouTube for black women and white men.
Okay.
So they're just capitalizing off of it because everybody that's all these women that were in relationships with these white guys, they're breaking up. So and they're talking about their stories and people are interested and it's making them money.
Okay.
They're getting money off this stuff on YouTube. Like anything that's bad, that oh me, oh why my husband left. If you make a video like that, L&P, say you was married or whatever, and you go
Mhm.
and make a video and you put in your video title, "My wife left me." You make sure that you hashtag and you get the right everything in there. You know how many views you're gonna get for that? Because people love to see my wife left me, my husband left me, my son. You know, anything bad, people are drawn to that. A lot
Okay.
of YouTubers are capitalizing off of this. My husband left, my wife left, my husband cheated, my wife. You know what I'm saying? They're just capitalizing off of that, and they're getting views and they're getting paid.
Okay. I
Right?
didn't catch that part.
Yeah, I couldn't put my personal life out there like that. But when you're mad at somebody, it's quite
Right.
different, I guess. You know what I'm saying? If you're mad, I guess you got to be a particular type of person to do that. But when you build, when you're like a woman scorned, they don't care. They're just like, oh no, he did this to me. So
Because
people
for
like
me,
that.
my way of dealing with these problems has always been, I want to pick up the phone. I
Yeah.
said, listen, these are the things about you that are annoying me.
Yeah. Well, now in 2019, with this social media stuff, everybody feels like they need to put it out there. Let me tell you why me and my boyfriend broke up. This is what happened. People are into that. It's just like social media, but they're just not on television. But YouTube is basically taking over everything because everybody's vlogging, everybody's, you know what I'm saying? Everybody wants to see, oh, who's your boyfriend? What does he look like? Who's your new man? You know, everybody want to see.
It's interesting those points because that's why the other channel didn't grow at the leaps and bounds. It took me over 2 years to get 500 supporters.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, it's not enough drama.
Yeah, and then even my channel, I don't have enough stuff drama on my channel, which I'm fine. I'm not
Right.
really trying to make a career out of YouTube because it's a lot of work. I couldn't have a
It is a
camera
lot.
every
Right.
day and just talking about whatever. You got to figure out things to talk about. That's too much damn work for me. All the editing and all that stuff. No, I just do it. I do it because I like it for fun or whatever, something to do. But I'm not going to that extent because YouTube is changing. They're
Yes,
stopping certain things, and people got the videos with their families in it, and I just don't have the strength to do
I
that.
understand.
It's
And the
just,
payout isn't there for most people. Initially, I thought, yeah, I could make some bread
yeah.
off of it. It's
It's
not
out there.
there.
If you put all your personal business out there and tell the world all your stuff,
Right.
and I'm not one for doing that. I just no.
Exactly.
You get on YouTube and they like they say with the celebrity selling your soul. It's like you got to put it all out there to get those views, and people will do anything to get them views. So
Yeah, they can keep those stuff because
yeah,
I looked at certain things and said, "No, I'm not dealing with that. I'll do something very plain and simple, which is accommodating, and that's it. But
yeah,
I'm not going into certain things, and I'm not going back and forth with another dude. I'm not
yeah.
doing it.
Uh-huh.
Response video to loser number one. I told you it's not so.
Yeah, and I don't understand these people making these videos, right? These men that say that they're married and they got these women, and you're sitting on YouTube with other women all day. I don't understand. How are you in a relationship or married and you talking to
Lies,
other women?
just lies, all sorts of made up stuff. There's
Yeah.
one character I've been watching, just like you've been watching that woman. I've been watching this character for a while now,
Hmm.
and he's a black dude, kind of like a ghetto black dude,
Hmm.
and I think he has some kind of mental illness because he's been fighting with some other characters in the black sector for years.
Oh, really?
And they go back and forth.
Uh-huh.
And then he says he's leaving. I'm not coming back. I'm leaving. I'm
He's
done with
still
you
here.
guys. Yeah.
And he's
He's
still
come back at least 6 times.
hmm
Just recently, he says he's not coming back. He's
hmm
taking everything out.
hmm
I'm giving him about 4 days to be back.
hmm
It's always the same thing. I'm not coming back because I want to. Somebody called me and said I need to come back.
Yeah.
Oh
These
yes.
people.
Oh
These
yes.
people are just a mess.
Yeah, for nothing, for nothing at all. And it's interesting how you'll get pulled towards a black sector when you're black. It's like
Mhm.
it's
Yeah.
hard to stay away from them.
They'll send you the videos and stuff.
Right.
And I don't even really know what's going on in the black sector. I haven't really been in it like that. I've been away just working and stuff like that. So I don't know what's really going on.
Well, for me, I've tuned out for the most part, especially
Mhm.
with this new channel, because I don't really get the feeds from what's going on.
Mhm.
And the last time I had really looked at it, you have the splintering of it.
Mhm.
So a lot of them are fighting against each other.
Mhm.
And of course, they're doing their beef and diss videos. That's a given. But a lot of people who are very close are now separating and doing all sorts of foolishness,
Mhm.
and that's it.
Mhm. And YouTube definitely can open up a lot of doors for people like in business and stuff like that. So I don't bash it. YouTube is a great, really. People, you can get customers. I've gotten customers through YouTube. So YouTube is good. It's just things that people do that's
I'm
just
happy to hear that.
yeah. I've gotten customers right through YouTube. Just my little I think I got like 1,300 subscribers or whatever. People find your videos, and when people follow you for a while and she seems like a good person, they'll purchase from you. In business, they will, because I've purchased things from people
Yes.
just from YouTube, just following people and feeling like the person is a genuine person. I will put money out. I have done it. So
Absolutely. And here's the thing about the money. You're free to spend the money anywhere you want.
yeah,
So
yeah.
let's say I'm selling something and somebody else is selling something
Mhm.
and you decide to go to them. You're free to do that. But
Mhm.
people will
Yep.
have you up in their heart for that. I can't believe Afro didn't buy from me.
Mhm. Yeah.
You know?
And I don't get offended because of that, because I'm like, I don't worry about that because it's gonna come. Like, my customers will come.
Right.
I don't sweat nobody to purchase. If you purchase, great, and I appreciate your support, but I don't make no big old thing. Oh, even that whole thing, purchase from me because I'm black. Like, no, purchase from me because you feel like you need my product. I don't really, you know what I mean?
The thing is that, especially in the black community, you have to make sure that whatever they're offering is quality.
Right,
In the past, I used to say, you know what, I'm going to support these black businesses,
right,
and I
right,
still support them, but they have to bring quality.
right,
I'm not going to put any money on a black business that isn't doing quality work,
right.
because I've seen some of them. Yeah, I support black, okay, but he's a dog. You walk
Right.
into a store, he's looking at you like, why the hell are you in here?
Yeah. What are you going to steal from me today?
Right. Or what do you want? I've
Yeah.
seen I've seen some black businesses. Okay, I'll give you an example. There was a guy back in the day. I used to buy DVDs and things like that from a black guy.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
And I would go there every Saturday and buy something from him. And I remember I had this thing I was trying to help another guy out with, some kind of investment thing. And I said to him if he could take a look at it. And you know what the guy flat out told me? He
Right.
doesn't have any time to take a look at that, period.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Black.
I don't have any
Oh,
time
my
to look at that.
Oh, man.
And I used to buy
Man.
the DVDs from him like every Saturday. I would pick up some DVDs.
Get out of
So,
here.
yeah, you have some of them who are really quite selfish.
Yeah. That's why my
I've-
brother, he's a contractor. He does construction and all that stuff. So, but on his side job, when he's laid off or whatever, because it gets cold here, so when the ground is frozen, they don't do work because they
Right.
can't. So he does like landscaping on the side, fix up people's yards and all that stuff. He went to this one guy's house. He was a black pastor. He was a pastor of a church.
Oh
Something
my-
happened and the pastor started cursing him out. I'm like, you're
Yeah.
a pastor of a church and you're cursing people out. Like, this is why people don't be having no faith in a lot of stuff today, man, because you don't never know what you're going to get from people.
Yeah, you don't know. You don't know, and he'll go to church on Sunday and say,
Yeah.
"How great thou art."
I know, right?
Yeah.
He said, "How great thou art."
That's right. When you get on the mic, how great thou
Yeah.
art.
Ellen P, let me tell you something, right? I
Alright.
stopped going to church like 3-4 years ago.
Me too.
Nothing there for me anymore. Like, there, and then they try to make you feel bad. Oh, you should be in the presence of other saints. I'm like, what saints? You talking about the saints that I see at the strip club every weekend?
Oh, they got all kinds of characters.
Yeah, you should be around.
Or don't forsake the assembly of the righteous.
Yeah,
How's it
yeah,
go?
yeah. Oh, we got it
Yeah.
all. We got it all together over here. Those people, I left church years ago, man, and I never look back. I just seen so much phoniness, fakeness, so-called Christians at the job.
Oh yes.
I just seen
Oh
it all
yes.
from those people, the so-called religious sector, and
Right.
of course, I've given money, I paid tithes, I did all that crap. And then when you're missing, right, when you're out of church, the pastor and the first lady are supposed to reach out and see, are you okay? Is everything going on? We haven't seen you. They don't even reach out to you
Nothing.
because they
I
too
know.
busy taking money from somebody else. So I stopped going to church, man. I stopped.
You know what? For me, I don't want to be struck down by God, but I'm telling you with absolute certainty, I could be in six figures by
Mhm.
summertime
Mhm.
with no hesitation.
Mhm.
If I was a wicked person, if I was a
Yeah.
wicked person, I would go and get a location, a big
Mhm.
location,
No.
and turn it into a church. I
Mhm.
make the six figures by summertime,
Yeah.
no problem.
Yeah. And the
All you
biggest.
need is
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
no, go ahead.
No, I was going to say the biggest supporters of the church, the religious movement, are women.
Yes, absolutely. And what do I need? I need a big location. I need seats. I can get seats, no problem.
Mhm.
I need to build a stage,
Mhm.
no problem. The black community is musical. I got
Right.
musicians that
Uh-huh.
can finger
Get a
my
good band.
fingertips.
Uh-huh.
Right.
Get somebody that
I need
knows.
a band that can sing.
Yeah.
Right. A sound system. And I need some actors. I don't even really need to know the Bible that
Right.
well.
Get some actors. Yeah.
Pick a scripture and just lay it out.
Uh-huh. And it's funny because these pastors are saying the same
And
over
then-
and over again. There's nothing new under the sun in church.
that's right.
It's all the same stuff that's been said before.
That's right.
So it's a joke.
That's right. And
I'm
when I'm
still a
ready to,
believer. I'm
I
still a
know.
believer, but I'm just
When
not
I'm ready
into
to,
the church thing no more.
exactly. And when I'm ready to put the begging into a fifth gear, all I need to say is, listen, in order to build your house, you need to build the house of the Lord. Put something in the,
You gotta give me the money.
oh my.
Yeah, so
That's
the
right.
biggest supporters of that are women because they know women are like, you know what I mean?
Yes.
I mean, I've seen women like go with the pastor and throw their husband out. Like, my husband, pastor said, pastor said. Like, they'll throw their own.
If he's doing this, throw him out.
Yeah,
Don't stay there with any man who's gonna diss that. My
Uh-huh.
God.
yeah, I see it all.
And they soak it up. Yeah, and once the money comes in, you take your time, get the mansion, and now you separate yourself from them. They could
And
see
then-
you once a week, no problem.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
And then the pastors, they sit here and encourage these young kids to get married at like 21. Come on now. 21.
Times
You're
have changed.
Yeah, you're encouraging these 21-year-olds to get married. Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
No,
times
you
have
get married
changed.
older. You don't get married at 21. That's
Many
not gonna
things
work.
have- right.
Yeah, so the
And
pastor will
then
try to
there's the
encourage
divorce and
couples
this
to
and
get
that.
married. You know, it's just crazy. And
Yep,
they're
and
divorced
then-
5 years down the road.
Right.
Yeah.
And then when you want to fly out of your city, you have convention. Everything is convention. You're on some Bible tour. And you connect with your other cronies.
Yeah. It's a big business
Telling
in church. And now it has
Oh, yeah.
turned into a concert / show. It's just not,
Right.
yeah, everything's a show. It's like a fashion show. It's a concert, a winter concert, a summer like it's crazy.
Right. And then what you do is you have your henchmen in the audience.
Uh-huh.
You'll have a guy, he'll come up there and testify some
Uh-huh.
nonsense.
Uh-huh.
You know?
A lot of them
Touch another loser. Right.
a lot of them are live.
Yeah, I'm not saying that there aren't churches that help out. I do know of one church in particular
Uh-huh.
where the pastor is a really, really good guy. I'll tell you what I saw with him. I remember one Sunday morning, he had all the money collected from the offering,
Uh-huh.
and he said, "The first six single mothers who are in need of money, come up and take whatever you need out of the
Mhm.
basket."
Yeah.
That's one thing I saw with him.
That
He
was
had a house, and I think he sold it for 1,500,000, and he put
uh-huh.
500,000 back into the church. So
Yeah.
you do have a couple of churches that are
Yeah.
actually decent.
Yeah, I know they exist.
And he's the type of guy, yes, he's the type of guy like this also. If you are a member of the congregation, problems paying your rent or
Uh-huh.
whatever, come and see him and he cut the check for you. This guy
Oh,
is
really?
different.
Okay.
He's the only guy I know of
Okay.
like that. I saw him about
Mhm.
6 months or 8 months ago in the mall, and I
Uh-huh.
haven't been to his church in years. And he stopped
Uh-huh.
and he talked and this and that.
Yeah.
A wonderful man.
That's
But
good.
his father-in-law
Uh-huh.
died about 3 months. But the father-in-law, his type of ministry, you can't get anything. You can't even get.
Mm-hmm.
And what
See, the
was so
pastor
strange
of the
about the
church that I
father-in-law
was
was this: the father-in-law was sick. Say again.
well, wow. Yeah, the church that I was going to, can you hear me?
His father, the woman he's married to.
I think I'm breaking up. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. So the
Oh, I
woman
thought my
he's
connection
married
was.
to, her father has a church, and for the last number of years, I think just last year, his health went down the. Well, he's been sick for a while, and you know
Mm-hmm.
what? It was top secret
Oh,
to
wow.
everyone in the church except for a couple of people. You know what I mean? Like you would
Oh,
expect if he's sick, you would let the congregation know. You know what I mean?
right. Yeah, so people could start praying for
Top
him, you
secret.
know?
The man died.
Yeah.
Right. The
Wow.
man died.
Oh,
But he had a lot of money,
what
and
he
he
had
wasn't a
cancer?
guy to help. He had, yes, it was cancer. Yes,
But you know what? Some
he had
people
a
too.
lot of
If
money.
I guess if they're like in church and they get sick like that, some people probably don't want all the sympathy. You know, people calling them and oh come, you know, maybe he didn't want that towards the end. He probably knew he was going to not make it. He probably just didn't want to have people. Everybody gonna be calling. You know, if it's a church, everybody's calling. Everybody's coming to visit. Some people just, hey, if I'm gonna die, let me die in peace and not have a whole bunch of, just my local family.
Okay, I see.
But I'm saying, even
I see.
though
Well,
like
it
in church,
was not,
supposed to be family. I don't know.
should be, but a lot of them don't operate that way. Like the guy,
Yeah, yeah.
put it this way: the guy's net worth was probably okay. The piece of land that the church was on, I can tell you right now, worth $10 or $15 million
Oh wow.
minimum.
And that was a
The
black
properties
church.
and all this stuff. Yes, a black church.
Wow. Okay.
Minimum 10-15 million dollars because
Wow.
it's
Okay.
prime. It's in the city, and he owned
Yeah.
that. You
Okay.
know, and even the ambulance, which is next door to it, they had to pay him money to park their vehicles on the
Oh
lot.
wow. Okay.
Then he had a school on it, which they charge money, but it was just something
Mhm.
else. But here's what happened: a lot of the people that used to go to his church left and went to his son-in-law's church.
Oh,
A lot of
okay.
the younger people, yeah, because they couldn't get any help. This was a
Yeah.
man who scraped himself, and that's it.
Yeah.
If you want to go into business to make money for yourself, fine, but not the church. Don't do that.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, don't do that. So you know what? I can hear you yawning a little bit. I'm also getting a
Oh
little
yeah.
tired as well.
Yeah. I'm gonna get ready for bed. 'Cause I
But
gotta get up early. 5 a.m.
me too. I'm up 5 a.m. Me too. Every
Yeah.
morning, 5
I'll,
a.m.
I'll get with you this week, or if you do another live stream, I'll talk to you soon.
Not a problem. So thank you very much, and we'll talk again.
All right. Good night.
All right. Take care. All right.